boy, as the summer creeps in, if you don't have your fridge stocked with hot dog water, I don't know what.
Yes, hot dog water. What is that accent exactly? French? I'm not sure.
This is the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee is sitting at the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin's with his keyboard and his guitar.
Hey, Josh.
Jeff Oskey's across the way.
Hey, man.
Ace Cosby's there.
Howdy.
I'm Josh Arnold, and there he is, Tom Griswold.
Hello.
Looked like you had a nice stretch just now.
Oh, yeah. Feeling good today.
Good. Glad to hear it.
Yeah.
I think that was not heartfelt.
No. I am just getting organized over here. Got some great letters. Yeah, you can always reach us, by the way, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. We love hearing from you, and we have a number of good letters, as I mentioned. A lot of interesting things going on in the world of news and sports. I don't even know where to begin, but I guess we'll just go right to the mailbag. We had a story yesterday about, I think it was something like half of young people wish that they didn't have the internet.
Right.
And it's kind of a nostalgia thing. Wouldn't it be nice if we're not going back. But there were certain things that we all kind of missed. Josh, you mentioned how much you like to grab a newspaper and look for the movie ads and what was coming. And
Love that.
Now, of course, you can go online and after reading 50 paragraphs of superfluous, that's the word I'm looking for, information, you finally get to the actual times that they're playing.
Well, don't get me wrong. I also love going on the AMC or Regal app and buying a ticket in 3 seconds.
I do too. Picking your seat, which is even better.
Yeah. So,
What I can't stand is if you're trying to get a recipe and you go
tough.
and you get there and there's 40 paragraphs about going to grandmother's house through the woods and how much you love the soup. And just tell me, for God's sake, get me the
Just
recipe.
hit the button that says jump to recipe.
Okay, here we go. This comes to us from Dave in Appleton, Wisconsin. Dear lords and lady of the radio. Already, I like this guy. I miss getting the Sunday paper, going to the entertainment section and seeing what new concert announcements there were. Then calling my friends and making plans to be first in line when the tickets went on sale.
Oh, yeah.
That was always exciting also.
Except for the fact that you'd get up early, you'd get down there, and you'd still end up in the last row somehow. Even then, the concert promoters were screwing the general public somehow. Exactly how is this working? By the way, I want a personal note to all those Wordle players out there. If you were playing yesterday, I don't want to give anything away, but apparently now it's okay to use abbreviations. I was furious.
Well, it resets, so you can give it away. Like you can't. Can you go back and play old ones, right?
I've played them all.
Oh, I didn't know you could go back and.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. But yeah, when did that happen?
Yeah, I was furious.
Yeah, I got it, but only going, they can't mean this. Boom. Okay.
The best part was I knew Tom was going to be furious, and I was just waiting throughout the day. And about 7 o'clock last night, I go, did you see Wordle?
I was very busy. I didn't have time to get to it. When I did, I was so pissed. That's a good reason to do something like that. It gives you a chance to get really angry. Now, we were talking about hot dog water, and yesterday the discussion came up about hose water. I think it was Josh that said, you think someone could just release a product called, a bottled water called hose water? And then we discovered that, Jeffrey, your friend got dysentery.
Yeah, one of the guys I worked with, and the hospital said it was from drinking hose water. That a lot of things crawl up there and die.
I don't want to know that.
Well, do you drink hose water on a regular basis?
No, but as a kid I did.
Well, you've survived.
I don't know if I'm fine.
Wait a second. Let's go around the room. Those in favor say aye. Well, there the nays have it. Okay.
I think you're fine.
Thank you, Pat.
Pat's Arnie's Arnie.
Yeah, he's always
Here's a nice letter from Chuck. Chuck writes, I worked rotating shifts in Cincinnati at a local utilities trading floor, buying and selling electricity at the hourly desk. That's got to be a rough, confusing job.
I'm glad I don't have to do that.
The shift guys tended to bring in meals from home and also cooked stuff in microwaves and hot plates, et cetera, et cetera. Hot dogs, a very popular choice, quick and easy. Also, Spam burgers, very popular. Ever had a Spam burger?
Nope.
I've never done that.
When was the last time you had Spam? Come on.
Fair point.
Okay.
The answer would be I have never bought it. Yeah. But
It's pretty good.
I love it, yeah.
We had it as kids. I haven't had it since I was a kid.
We would have it once a year when my mom would go on vacation. My dad, the only thing he knew how to cook was Spam. So you had Spam on Wonder Bread with yellow mustard. And let me tell you, that bread does not hold up against Spam's juices.
Oh.
No, I've actually had it in here. Hooker's made it a couple times. It's not bad. I know it's huge in Hawaii, right?
I like bacon.
Yeah.
They
We went to the museum, Josh, and it was fascinating.
Is it
Yeah, I loved
pork
it.
shoulder? Is that what it's called? Is it pork shoulder?
it's ground pork, right?
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah.
We think.
Yeah. So your dad couldn't cook. My father couldn't cook at all, and I mean zero. And he was also had polio and stuff, so getting around the kitchen was difficult for him anyway. But there was a famous story. My mother had gone out of town in the 50s. I think this may have been right after I was born or whatever. But my dad, who he was a pretty bright guy, Harvard graduate, Supreme Court Justice clerk, and not an idiot.
Right.
She walked in and he was holding a frozen dinner up like this above his head. And my aunt, his sister, said to him, "What are you doing, Bruce?" And he goes, "Well, it says this side up, and I don't want to turn it over." It was frozen at the time. So this gives you some idea of sometimes people are smart one way, but not another. Back to our letter. So this guy's in the trading floor overnights. They're cooking all kinds of stuff in the green room. And we've experienced many things here in which someone, mostly Josh, is cooking something that stinks up the whole building. And this is a huge building. In any event, many of the company recruits thought they were better than the rest of us, and they hated us cooking our common man meals, and they would whine and whine about the odors. One day, one of the VPs said to me, "You probably drink the hot dog water on nights when you're here by yourself." And I said, "No, but for enough cash, I would." $100 later, I chugged a coffee cup full of leftover hot dog water.
For how much?
$100.
That's not enough.
A couple of weeks later, be prepared to be grossed out. I ate that Spam jelly out of the can for $100.
I was just going to ask Josh if they sold that in the gift shop, just the jelly part.
They did not. No.
Do they still? Is it still floating in that goop?
It doesn't really float in it, but there is a layer. There's not that much jelly in a Spam can.
Isn't it congealed fat? Is that
Yeah,
what it is?
sure. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We used to love the, I get a piece of the Spam jelly.
And this is Chuck, now living in Kentucky. Chuck writes, "Hey, that jelly makes a great, tasty gravy." So there you go.
Yeah, I typically scrape that off, but I remember my grandma used to use it sort of like butter on the bread, and then she would put the Spam on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may be. It's just one of those things that looks disgusting, but it may be delicious.
I mean, it's fine. It's not going to, but it is. I take it off.
I can taste it right now.
Right. Yeah.
Salty?
Very.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, we'll get to titles for Pat's comedy special.
Oh.
Got to get that in today, right?
Yeah, I submitted a couple of them last night.
Oh, they get to choose of the ones you submitted?
Well, I didn't know they were getting to choose, but they are part of the process
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
No, that's good. I mean, they know what they're doing.
now. Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's got to be clean, right? Because this is on the dry comedy circuit, as
Yeah,
they
so
say.
they have two I gave them that they liked.
are you going to share with us what
Yeah,
those are?
it's Josh's Patty G rated and Steal My Identity.
Oh, okay. Yeah, neither of those were mine. But
I thought Patty G rated was you.
no, somebody wrote in with that.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, Steal My Identity is also named one of the songs.
Yeah, the final closing bit.
Yeah, okay. And, well, we have some other suggestions. And the first one I saw I thought was really good.
I saw one that was funny.
Because your last album was called Hotel Pool.
Right.
Someone's just cleaning the pool.
Cleaning the pool.
Which something I have
saw
to do.
highly chlorinated. That's kind of cool.
Okay, well, we'll go through some of these. We still have time. Thank you very much. Right now, I'll remind you that the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. BetterHelp is all about accessing therapy. And last month officially was Mental Health Awareness Month, but obviously your mental health and everybody else's is really important year-round. As the late, great Jimmy Irsay used to say, kick the stigma. What I'm talking about there is a stigma. We just saw some stats. More than 25% of men are afraid of being judged if they are to seek any kind of counseling or therapy. But it's okay. And that's what BetterHelp can help you do, because the therapy is done online, so it's a lot more convenient. It takes less time. You don't have to cross town to get to a therapist's office. And there are some 35,000 therapists participating in this program. And it's been going on for about 10 years. And the idea of therapy, of course, is talking to someone and working on various issues you may be dealing with. And once again, BetterHelp is an easier way to access that particular person, a therapist. Did I mention that these therapists are all, of course, licensed? And they have a variety of specialties, so they'll try to hook you up with one that would be suitable for your situation. And I should also point out that BetterHelp is the largest online therapy provider in the world, with, I think it's more than, last I heard, something like 10 million clients. So find out what I'm talking about. Visit BetterHelp.com/BT show. And you can get access to mental health professionals, again, with a diverse variety of expertise. So find out what I'm talking about. BetterHelp.com/BT show. If you've been thinking about doing it, this may remove the hurdle of kind of being, worried about going into an office and all that stuff. Because you do it online, you can do it wherever you are. And you can do it, by the way, with the camera on, camera off. You can do it via text, whatever you want to do. Visit BetterHelp, HELP.com/BT show. Coming up, some exciting things in the news, including, ladies and gentlemen, a little bit of this guy. Oh, I can't believe it's in the news. Here it is. A little bit of Lawrence Welk for you. Yeah, that's right. This swings, huh? Patty, you like this? Wow. That's
My grandpa's favorite. I love that show.
Really?
Oh, my God.
Yeah, many people do, and it's still on.
My grandpa.
Lawrence,
Right?
we have
My grandpa.
so born in 18 what? We do have
Jeez, I don't know.
Lawrence Welk news. Oh, sure, some stations have cool rock and roll stuff.
Yeah.
But we have breaking Lawrence Welk news. I know he's dead. And Walt Disney news. I know he's dead, too. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Break up with your brewer. Switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
When we decided to do this, I said, Tom, we should do a Tim Wilson song. And this is really hard. I practice and practice, and man, I sucked. You just can't do a Tim Wilson song. So I took liberties with some of Timmy's songs and whipped a song together in honor of Tim. Help me get through this, folks. Can you hear that? Yeah. That's too bad. really loved his trailer park woman. Didn't care much for Dr. Phil. I'm sure he started the church league fist fight, and his ass got tired of Shaquille O'Neal. A big white hat with a black 6-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would say. Now he's sporting wings. And he taught Jesus Christ the booty song. We all thought he'd go to Chuck E. Cheese hell. With George Bush, George Strait, George Patton, and George Orwell. A hillbilly homeboy, I could be wrong, but I know he's tired of me singing this song. A big white hat with a black 6-string guitar. Now the heavens have their newest star. Where's my jetpack, he would sing. Now he's sporting wings. And he asked Jesus Christ to join his band. They're singing Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye, Georgia, goodbye Georgia, Georgia, goodbye.
This may take a while.
So how'd it go, boss?
He said he's heard worse.
He says he's heard worse.
He says he hears worse every morning.
Bob and Tom in the morning. Louisville's classic rock all day on 95.7 QMF. Please forgive us.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby. I'm Josh Arnold, and there is Tom. Oh, I'm sorry, Tom. I didn't realize you didn't know you were on the radio.
This button is awfully small.
Oh, it sure is, isn't it?
They get smaller every day, don't they?
They don't make the buttons big enough. do they?
Yeah, simple instructions. Says on. Yeah. Okay, very good. Yesterday, I had a moment. During this show, we had a guest on. You may recall. His name is
Dyke Michaels.
Dyke is his actual name.
Yes.
And he's a man of, I'd say, 30-something maybe?
Yeah, mid-30s.
And he pointed something out that it's something that's been there my entire life, I realized, and it didn't dawn on me until he said it.
Uh-huh.
And the essence of it was, if you're a person of a certain age, if you were homesick and you had to barf, your mom handed you the same bowl that popcorn was served in.
Yeah, the popcorn bowl.
Yeah,
and I mean, it's just so dead on.
Yep.
It's not like a joke. It's a fact, but it's so funny, and I think it's kind of universal.
Yep.
It's still going on. It has to.
It doesn't. We still have the bowl. I still use it.
Now, in my case, it was a stainless steel bowl, but a really kind of a big one,
mixing bowl.
Yeah,
but it was sort of it wasn't bucket like as much as it was kind of wide, and that was the popcorn bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Was in our house, our dad was sort of the king of the popcorn because he got to hold the big popcorn bowl. We all got small bowls, that we, small cereal bowls that we could fill, and we would have to go ask him for refills.
Go to the king and
Now, did you do the thing? You'd take a little saucepan and heat up a whole thing of butter, then you'd pour it on there, and then when the popcorn was done, you'd move those leftover kernels to the side, put your fingers there, and scrape up the salty butter and eat it?
No.
Oh, I did.
Oh yeah, I did. Oh yeah, absolutely.
That really salty butter, but you got to get those kernels out of the way.
Well, I was always a big fan of the half or three-quarter popped kernel.
Oh, yeah.
Some of the kernel in it. Yeah,
break your teeth.
Yeah. I have diverticulitis now.
Yeah.
But my intestines are shredded to ribbons. But
I don't mind slightly burned popcorn.
I hate burnt popcorn.
I hate burnt popcorn.
I know what you're saying,
You know
Pat.
what I mean? A little,
yes.
No, and if the popcorn is burned, I'll take the garbage out, take it to the garage every time.
Yeah.
You don't like the smell?
No, and I had to throw a microwave oven away. God, that was probably 15 years ago because we had a babysitter put a popcorn thing in there, and instead of hitting 3 minutes, hit 30. Went down the basement and came upstairs, and that thing was done. It stunk. I tried, but nope, couldn't get rid of the smell. Had to throw it away. And it was one of those ones built into the wall. Ooh. So, Jeff, you'll appreciate this. I had to take the combing off this thing.
Trim?
The trim, yeah. And then pull the thing out. And then I had to find one the exact same size. And I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
Usually,
and then a year later, it burned out. They still make it. I found another one. It's still in that house, as far as I know. But that was just such a nice fact. Just something to know that you're using the same bowl to barf in that you make the popcorn in.
Yeah, my kids pointed that out to me not too long ago, actually.
But it does exist to this day. And then he asked the question, what do you do if you're hopping in the car, which I had to do. And I actually, this happened to me Friday night.
You used a bag, right?
I gave Finn a garbage bag. I got a really nice, I keep my car really clean. The last thing I want to have to do is scrape vomit off of it.
Yeah, I mean, that's big. It's, she can get her head in there.
Yeah. But there was a time when I can remember being with Tim Wilson vomiting out the back of my Suburban.
You know, what I learned when I was puking out of a car once is it doesn't go out the window and onto the ground.
No.
Yes, exactly.
I think I threw up with Ace's car one time coming home from the bar.
Tom, I'm surprised you don't have barf bags.
Yeah, I'm surprised you don't have barf bags either, with your face on them.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Didn't I already do that? I thought.
You know what's interesting is a barf bag is almost a bag of microwave popcorn.
Yeah.
They're almost the exact same thing.
Wait a minute.
This popcorn vomit thing.
This is a revelatory program.
Well, I've never seen anyone sick on a plane. Have you guys?
No.
Oh, yes.
I haven't.
Oh, it's awful. I sat next to somebody.
Oh, and they got...
And that thing starts filling up. And
I'm a sympathy vomiter. I would be vomiting.
Oh, it was the worst. And the odor. And
Did you know them?
No. But I've got to hand it to the stewardess was, very professional and came by and
that poor person, man.
Yeah. Have you ever been seasick?
Yes, that's a special kind of nauseated.
Yeah, that's the worst because you got nowhere to go.
Yeah, I have not been.
And it took me a good half hour once I got onto land to still feel.
Yeah,
it doesn't just go away once you.
I was once puking off a beautiful sloop off of Beaver Island in Lake Michigan.
Were you disappointed when you got to Beaver Island?
No, I just all I want. Yeah, you just want to be on terra firma.
Yes.
But there's the point where you just want to slip into the water and end it all.
It really is.
Anything to get your equilibrium back. Right. And, of course, at the time I remember hearing the in the fog, the sound of freighters. Oh, great.
Awful day.
Yeah, that was a rough day, and in two ways. Okay. Welcome to the Bob and Tom program. If you're just joining us, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios here on the Bob and Tom Show. We have to get to some letters.
I have a letter.
Go ahead. You go first, Christy.
This is from Larry in Lewisburg, Pennsylvania.
Hats off to Larry.
Is that close to where you grew up?
No.
Oh. Sunday morning while on my couch at our lake home in Sullivan County, Pennsylvania,
Nice.
I heard a banging sound. I stood, turned to see a 400-pound bear standing at our kitchen window, licking my hummingbird feeder, occasionally
sugar water
knocking
in
it onto the window. I went nose to nose with the bear, separated by only a pane of glass. He did send me a picture. He goes, I took some pictures, but they didn't come out real well. Apparently, this is quite common around Ricketts Glen.
I'm sorry, Ricketts Glen is 10 minutes from my house. I didn't know that was Sullivan County.
Really?
Yeah, that's
no.
northeast.
Sullivan County is where he's from, but I think his lake house is near
that
Ricketts
is,
Glen.
yeah, it's beautiful.
He said, Christy, I had all the money in the world saying that a bear is stealing your bird feeder. Well, I don't live in Ricketts Glen, but yeah, Tom, I don't know if you can see the shadow of this bear right
pretty big,
in
yeah.
his kitchen window.
Whoa.
Man, my hummingbird feeder has survived so far. It's just the other feeders that keep getting stolen.
It's the squirrels, right?
Oh, yeah. Now there's a family of them.
Don't they have like a dome thing you can put on? You put Vaseline on it, and the squirrels can't
I've
get
gotten so many. People say I should put PVC pipe on my pole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sex move. Hey, Josh, last night I put PVC pipe on my pole, if you know what I mean. She won't be walking right for a month.
Jeff, your grandpa had some interesting.
Oh, yeah. My grandfather, for the last 10 years of his life, just had an ongoing war with the squirrels eating his birdseed. He tried everything from springs to axle grease to hanging them on a line, like stringing a clothesline and then hanging them from the clothesline so they couldn't climb up.
Yeah.
No, they could run across the clothesline all day long.
Yeah.
Like, he hated squirrels. Like, it was the worst.
It is frustrating.
Oh. He'd be there. Let's have squirrels are back. You're like, Grandpa, it's a wild animal that you're. No, that food's for the birds.
Yeah.
I haven't been this mad since the Japs took Okinawa.
That's about what it was like.
Man.
Well, I need to maybe switch my bird feed because I look at it and it's half peanuts and sunflower seeds. Like, no wonder. Squirrels. Did I accidentally buy squirrel feed?
Yeah.
There was another suggestion from one of our listeners. Apparently, there is a certain shelled sunflower seed that has hot pepper mixed in, and it doesn't hurt the birds, but the squirrels don't like it.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
How do they know it doesn't hurt the birds?
Because
They still eat it. And
he said it doesn't hurt the birds, and the Audubon Society says it doesn't hurt the birds.
Okay.
I'll double check that.
All right. I just see some poor bird's ass exploding. What the hell? Is that bird feeder at White Castle?
Well,
What's happening to my ass?
You think your car's messy now? You should see.
Yeah.
You should see a bird with Montezuma's revenge.
I've been hit by a few of those. I'm like, what was this bird eating?
It's called Cole's Hot Meats, which I find interesting for a name for a bird feed. But
All right. I'll check it out.
yeah,
Because it is frustrating. I have one right on my window, and I love watching the birds. There's a cardinal couple that comes up, and I like the Feathertons. And
the Feathertons.
Yeah. You named them all.
That was one of my college roommates, Don.
Yeah, Don Featherton.
Don Featherton, of course.
Oh, yeah, these are the Feathertons.
Hello, Don.
I wonder if they're of the same. I'll have to ask if they're of the Shaker Heights Feathertons.
He was from Bedford, but
Okay.
currently living in San Francisco.
it says chili peppers, excellent natural source of nutrition for birds. There's a whole bunch of them. Cole's Hot Meats.
All right, thank you for that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to try it.
I for sure am.
Yeah.
Christy is turning into Jeff's grandfather. Right before our very
Hey, damn right. I tell you what, those Japs took Okinawa back in '52. Oh, Grandpa, they already had Okinawa. It was in the '40s.
I bought like flaked bobcat urine. Have you guys seen that stuff? It's like kind of, and I sprinkled that all over my flowers because the chipmunks were digging them up.
Yeah.
And it seemed to work for like a day or two. It certainly kept me off the porch.
Stink?
Yes. I mean, it reeked.
Whoa.
Maybe I used too much.
I have a question. How do they source that?
I don't know how they got that. For all I know.
Here, kitty, 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 kitty.
Maybe it's a manufacturer to smell like bobcat.
Oh, okay. Wow, that is that's rough. Yeah,
bring it in. I don't need it anymore.
Okay, thank you very much. More letters here. Dear Bob and Tom Show, I am currently training for a public safety program in Volusia County, Florida.
Oh, nice.
When it was brought up,
where DeLand lives?
when it was brought up that DeLand is in Volusia County, I mentioned to the rest of the folks that's because it's by DC. No laughs. Thank you, Rob.
Yeah.
So sorry.
It's okay, Rob.
It's a running gag here at the show.
I would argue getting no laughs is now part of the ritual. Like in you know, when people do it outside of here. Don't expect laughs.
It's called DeLand because it's near to sea, ladies and gentlemen. Have fun with it.
Yes.
Try it on your friends.
But embrace the bomb when it does.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you gotta.
Coming up, a song from Pat Godwin. Is that correct? So you've got your guitar out.
Oh, I do.
And we have interesting news from the world of sports. One really kind of astonishing story in the world of sports coming up this morning. I was quite surprised to find. Also, later on, it'll be Alli Breen with our program we call Sexy Time.
Yeah.
But you got something coming up? Just to give me the word.
The word? The word of the day is Lawrence Welk. Actually, that's 2 words. We also have a pool float pervert in the news and fart mixing.
Fart mixing.
Mm-hmm.
Is this like
what?
A DJ activity, or is this like when Tom mixes his cereals?
Well, you're kind of on the right track.
Oh, mixing foods for maximum.
We'll find out.
Oh, I see.
We'll find out.
All right. Well, I'm glad we're getting the important stuff today.
Oh, yeah, we're tackling the tough issues.
Okay. So far, we've covered hot dog water, barfing into the popcorn bowl, and more.
And
Right now, I want to remind you about our friends at the Silac Insurance Company. This portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by the Silac Insurance Company. What are they all about? Annuities, my friend. What is an annuity? Well, that's a program, essentially, that will keep paying you when you retire. Well, that sounds good. The checks keep on coming. No matter what's going on in the stock market, if you've been paying any attention, you know it's been up and then down and then down and then down and then up and then down. It's called market volatility. Well, an annuity can counter that. It's not going to be your problem when that happens if you have an annuity. Your funds are going to come in regardless. So here's one more real quick thing I want to mention. You can't outlive your money. That's one of the beautiful things about an annuity. And there are many others. To get information and find out if some restrictions apply to you, learn more by going to silacins.com. And that's the Silac Insurance Company, SILAC-INS.com. Another easy way to get the information is to take your phone and do that thing where you do pound 250. It's used for a lot of information for about a lot of products. Just go pound 250, and then you say the keywords out loud, lifetime income. Once again, pound 250, and then just say lifetime income. That'll hook you up with the folks at the Silac Insurance Company, or again, silacins.com. Find out about getting paid when you retire. Also, you can just go to bobandtom.com. We got a link for you. The Silac Insurance Company. Plan on it. Live on it. Lawrence Welk in the news. Are you kidding me? This is so exciting.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, Nato. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay. More white folks. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
This is a song so girls don't get anorexia.
Okay.
All right.
Ooh, I wanna be a plus-size model, the kind that can't run very far. Doodle-doodle-doo. 'Cause if I could only be a plus-size model, I know I'd be a big, big star. Please feed me. Some people get sensitive about it, but don't, because the beautiful women are the big women.
I agree.
And I gained some weight, then I couldn't afford to keep it.
Yeah,
Here we go, and I want a carbo load without having to exercise. I don't want to worry if the fat goes to my thighs. I want to wear a plus size brassiere of room. I I want to eat chips and wash them down with beer. Well, I've got a plus-size dream, but I'm plus-sized. Ornery for the best job in the world goes to the bigger girls than me. They're all sluts.
3rd and goal, hit Golden Showers. Tate on a slant that was initially ruled a touchdown with 8 seconds left. After review, the play was overturned. As you can see, he's short of the goal line.
No, he's not.
And yes, he is. He's way short of the goal line. He's like an entire ball short of the goal line. The football, Tom. So that's with 8 seconds left. They had to stop play, look at the review. But then, due to a rule that causes a 10-second runoff when a clock is stopped by officials and then restarted, the game ended.
What?
With 8 seconds left.
What's the point so they didn't get another play?
In theory, the Lions could have lined up with a 4th down play as time expired, but the initial call of a touchdown is actually what disallowed that possibility.
Why?
The rule exists because the Rules Committee, led by Don Shula, the only comes on, he wheels in, sons of bitches. I hate all you young mother.
No, I'm not trying to be critical. I'm just. This is what the Surgeon General is saying.
I know.
So
I think those women who can't are pretty much, by and large, selfish, aren't they?
Screw you, chick.
Yeah. Don't you wish just once they'd have a day, one day a year, where you could say whatever you wanted in the radio? Just so that one time.
I'm over here working, okay?
You know what you could do?
What?
Walk in there and have Dean do it for you. You walk in there, tell Chick what you want to say, and he can fix it for you. A few minutes ago, Chick said something mean to Christy, and she...
I didn't... Was that mean? I was
Yes,
just
it
making
was.
an observation.
I was saying that some women are unable to breastfeed for a number of reasons, and you said...
The main reason I can think of is because they're selfish.
Okay, so Christy
She
wanted...
seems very well adjusted
Right
and
now.
very
Christy
intelligent.
wanted to respond, and I have great faith in our editor.
Me too, because if
Christy
not, I've
wanted
lost
to
my job.
respond.
We now have the response.
Okay, go ahead, play it.
Hey, chick, you. You've never had to breastfeed. You don't know what it's like. You're a ignorant, stupid son of a bitch. So shut your mouth, you stupid ass.
You know, that last beep could have used a little more word.
A little less a little less...
And not so much hole. A little heavy on the hole on that one.
I puked on my dog once. That was
No.
That's
Are
pretty
you
bad.
kidding me?
Okay.
This Olympic moment brought to you by
Man.
Little Christy Lee, downhill slalom specialist,
yeah, the
once
20s.
puked on her dog.
Animal cruelty.
Puked on your dog.
the 20s were not good to me.
You know how to party.
No, and I had an Afghan hound. Do you ever?
Oh, man. You have to comb that out.
Yeah, she made the mistake of falling asleep on the side of the bed that day.
I never trusted those Afghanis. I'll tell you.
Wait a minute,
Never
we're
did.
forgetting the poor dog just laying there sleeping.
Looking at you with all that love in their eyes.
And it gets better.
Mommy's waking up.
It gets better.
A
No, it
dog
gets
will lick it
better.
up.
Christy puked on her dog.
Do you know what my dog's name was when it gets better?
Ralph?
Just before we went back to air,
We were talking with Theo.
Theo threw a new word at me, and
A new phrase.
I'm not aware of this. There is something out there called the Lucky Pierre, which, well, Theo, you didn't really give me much information, but go ahead, flesh this out for me, literally.
It's something that I've heard that the kids are doing. It's
the kids would be you.
Yeah, you're a kid, huh?
Yeah, well, in this story, I'm not the kid in this one. It's if there's a threesome going on, which I enjoy.
Who doesn't?
Who doesn't?
Now, threesome. So threesome would be, say, you and two ladies.
Yeah, me and two ladies.
Yeah.
However, if it's three fellas, then I've heard the term.
What?
Yeah, there's a thing. It's they used to call it the train back in the 70s, but
three guys.
If it's three guys
and no ladies,
and they call the guy in the middle the Lucky Pierre.
Do they now? I don't see that all being all that lucky.
Lucky
or the manata. That's what I've heard it called as well.
There you go.
Oh man,
the manata.
Paul, you kind of came off the road as a comedian many years ago when you started doing the TBS show. How many?
We started in 95, so
Really?
14 years.
Wow.
Doing it.
But you occasionally go back out on the road and do stand-up.
I do. I took a little time off the last couple of years, but now I'm getting back out there. You know, it can kind of burn you out being on the road. But,
Sure.
you know, I always see stuff on the road that you just don't see anywhere else, and it just makes you laugh. And I was staying at this hotel, and one of my club dates, and I go down to the jacuzzi, and there's a sign above the jacuzzi that says, "No one shall jump or dive into the jacuzzi." Now, if you're going to dive headfirst into a jacuzzi, are you really going to be swayed by the word shall? Come on, boys, let's go into jacuzzi. Hold on. I see the King's Ink.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Having a great day thus far, in the middle of the week. There's Christy Lee, there's Pat Godwin, Jeff Oskey's here, Ace Cosby's there.
Howdy.
I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom.
You know, I was thinking about something we learned on yesterday's show. We learned that it's not safe to drink out of the hose. And I know in my lifetime I've done a lot of hose drinking. And this is from Mr. Oskey. You had the experience of one of your coworkers drinking out of a hose, got dysentery.
Yeah.
I'm going to say it is safe, but it has its risks.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to say the people who get dysentery are 1%.
Yeah, I mean, I
That's
don't.
the first time I've ever heard of somebody
I don't
getting...
have the stats and the figures. I'm just going off what some dude I worked with. I'm just going off what Osmar told me. Who knows?
Osmar.
So what the
It was
doctor...
broken English. I could have misunderstood.
you know what? Osmar may have already had dysentery.
Yeah, but that's my favorite poem. Here lies Osmar, King of Kings. Yeah, okay. So this guy was drinking out of the hose, and then he
got sick. He went
Okay.
to the ER. They said, "Do you have dysentery? Have you?" They were going through a list of stuff that where he could have contained it.
Yeah.
Have you been drinking out of where have you been drinking? Oh, I've drank out of a hose all day. They go, that's probably where you got.
Okay. Now, was this in Iraq or here?
No, this was here in.
All right, nice. Now, the best thing about hose drinking, of course, when I used to paint houses, we'd always have a hose there. And when my buddy Henry would go for a drink, the absolute classic is,
oh, sure,
you step on the hose.
Oh, yeah.
And hey, turn the hose. Then you just take your foot off.
Yeah.
I mean, you haven't lived until you've done that. That is such a great moment.
Yes.
Getting the old, it's preferably if it's ice cold.
So good.
Good times. Now, we've been going through various letters, trying to find a name for Mr. Godwin's forthcoming special. Tell me more about this. It's going to appear where?
On Dry Bar Comedy. I recorded it a little bit ago, and we edited it over the weekend, and now we have to title it.
Excellent. And release date TBA?
Yeah.
And in the running, the titles include?
Yesterday, I sent Patty G. Rated and Steal My Identity, and they're gonna decide. Maybe give them 2 more today and call it a night.
All right.
Okay. Well, do we have any more suggestions? If not, please send us some.
I saw one that was pretty good.
What was that?
Pawn Store Troubadour. I thought that was
Pawn
pretty
Store
good.
Troubadour.
But I don't talk about the pawn store, do the pawn shop songs.
Ah.
That wouldn't make any sense. I like that, though.
Yeah, it is good.
I haven't done that in 5 years, but I still think it's funny.
The pawn shop thing?
Really? Not 5 years, huh?
5 years. You know, I have 7 guitars now. I've held on to them for about 4 or 5 years.
So you
Rounded to the nearest 5.
Yeah, I had 32 when I was married, and then that went down to 1.
Wow.
Yeah, divorce.
So you have nothing in the pawn shop right now?
Nothing. Hasn't been for 4 or 5 years.
I bet the guys must miss you.
Yeah.
They do. I miss them.
What's the name of your pawn place?
American Pawn up in Lima, Ohio.
Oh.
Hello, everybody. They're big
Just in case you're saying hello, everybody.
They sponsor your show, our show up there.
Oh, nice.
In Lima.
But you have nothing? I'm surprised.
Yeah, nothing for
Not
a
a
while.
watch, nothing, huh?
Nothing. No, the owner has my watch. It was a beautiful tag hour. Imagine coming in with a guitar and the owner's got your watch on. You're like, boy, I am really.
That's a nice watch. Can I see the dedication inside? Yes.
Horse is fun.
Maybe he only wears it when you come in, kind of like how you would wear the sweater your grandma got you.
He was embarrassed that he had it on. It was like, is that mine? He goes, yeah, I love it. I got a great deal on it.
Wasn't it?
You know what we should do? We should all give something to the pawn shop, and we would have like a Bob and Tom corner there. And people could come in and
Oh, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Why don't we'll frame a nice poster for him. How about that?
Yeah, we should. It's a great place.
But so your idea, what? Maybe all give something and they could sell it and give it to charity?
Yeah.
Sure, that's a fun idea.
You could throw some panties in there.
I was going to say, what would I give? What would anybody want?
Well, Josh is
You
already.
got a bike you were trying to get
I
rid
got
of?
3 bikes. Anybody
They'll
need?
take
right
the
there.
seat.
Boom.
I need 3 bikes.
Yeah,
Those bikes have to be gone by Sunday.
The seat's $55. The bike's $2.
Yeah, the bike comes with the seat. We'll throw the bike in. You're just paying for the
And
seat.
then you can take it home and come with the seat yourself. Okay. I'm so sorry. In any event, if you've got some good names for Pat's album, I have never been into a pawn shop now that I think about it.
I bet you haven't.
They can be a little terrifying because they sell guns and the guys, they get robbed at times, some of them. But these guys in Lima are real sweet. You can walk into a pawn shop and be very intimidating.
I always love the couples in there looking at engagement rings. And you're like, hey, here's a little hint. Those didn't work the first time. Like, you'd probably want to buy new. Like,
you think
those
there's
have
bad
some
karma?
bad Yeah, well, they didn't get in there for any other reason.
So would you buy anything like a vintage ring or?
Yeah, maybe the person's dead.
My ring's vintage.
Well, that's
from the
still one way of
30s.
it not working out.
No. It was still death did they part, and they did, and they died, and they're done. You're welcome. A short poem.
I like it.
I'm Ozymandias, King of Kings. Now, we have some sporting news. Kind of shocking news. I don't know much about this, but I sure don't get it.
What? What happened?
The Knicks fired their coach.
Well,
this is always baffling.
Yeah, that's the story. The New York Knicks fired head coach Tom Thibodeau. Following their Eastern Conference loss to the Pacers, the team made what they called a difficult decision to move on from Mr. Thibodeau, believing it was a necessary step to chase for a championship. The
guy rebuilt the team.
Did rebuild the team.
Yeah.
They were doing great.
It says several observers noted the firing was strange because they had the league's worst franchise for most of the 2000s until they hired him.
Right.
He promptly led the Knicks to the playoffs in his first season, winning his second NBA Coach of the Year award, and they have been a solid contender in the East in recent seasons.
Well, who's going to snag him immediately?
They just gave him a 3-year contract extension last summer.
Jerks. That just puts
So
this will work out, I think, better for him.
Yeah, so what? He just has to live 2 years off of money and not do anything?
Yeah, wouldn't that be
that
horrible?
must be horrible.
Yeah.
Maybe you can do something about that hair. Whoa.
Wow.
That is the second worst haircut in sports, I think.
Oh, really? I've never seen the guy.
Oh, I'll show him to you.
Tom Thibodeau.
It's
Second year in a row,
I mean-
he's lost to the Pacers.
Thibodeau.
I see. So they're saying, hey, look, you're not able to close
I mean,
the
if
deal.
anything, they should fire his barber.
He doesn't really have any hair, Tom.
Yeah, but he's got like 6. He tries to comb
Are
over.
you the one that's saying that?
Just saying.
Mister, I wouldn't give up my bangs for 40 years.
You held on for a long time.
You did. God, I'm shocked by that.
Did you ever have that sort of Rob Corddry patch?
Yeah.
I
You did?
Yes.
Oh.
That little island of hair.
Yes, he did.
If I ever am considered as having that, please tell me. I don't want that ever.
Go like this.
Yeah, actually, when the patch goes, it
You
looks
have
better.
a little bit there, but it's not bad.
That can be really weird looking.
Yeah.
Now, coming up in sports, we have some other interesting things. Is there any hockey news for Josh, by the way?
I
They
don't
start
believe
tonight.
so.
It's fine.
Yeah, it starts tonight.
So, do the Knicks have somebody in their quiver that they've
Who
picked
knows?
to replace him?
If nothing else, this will give the morons on New York City talk radio something to do all day. Besides talk about the Jets.
Oh, gosh.
And coming up, we have someone who got their title stripped from them for doing something stupid after winning.
Oh, boy.
And this is equally dumb.
Agreed.
But it's kind of fun and cool, if you ask me. So, in any event, we also have interesting things coming up in the news. Goodyear blimp in the news. You know, I'm a big blimp fan.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, my side hustle, those hydrogen laws suck. T-shirts never took off.
But no, they didn't.
I don't know.
I like a good blimpy.
Oh, yeah. You're a fan of the blimpy?
Oh,
Oh, is
yeah.
that a sub place?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, they shaved the meat right there in front of you.
Oh.
Shave the meat.
Oh.
Shaving cream. So are you happy or are you married or are you happy?
Are you married?
No more Three Stooges news today, unfortunately, after that great story last week about Curly's daughter finally passing.
Oh, boy.
It's over. But remember, her son is doing Curly bits on YouTube.
She curly shuffled off this mortal coil.
Yeah, she did. By the way, I forgot. Someone did send me what the name of the flip side of the Curly shuffle is.
What is
it?
I'll dig up the letter.
Okay.
Thank you very much. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show. And I asked Frank if he could sing, and the answer is not really.
Probably you're correct.
But I thought if we provided you with some great song lyrics, like the song Piano Man, you could perhaps go through this with the various famous people doing it. And I have a random list here. So I hope this isn't unfair, but let's just try this right now with the lyrics to Piano Man. Ladies and gentlemen, it's comedian Frank Caliendo. I'm sorry, it's John C. Reilly.
Oh, I think I could probably sing this one. It's 9 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in. There's an old man. It's better than you thought it was going to be, isn't it? Sitting next to me.
How about nice, John? How about Morgan Freeman?
To his tonic and gin. He says, son, can you play me a memory? I'm not really sure how it goes, but it's sad and it's sweet, and I knew it complete when I wore a younger man's clothes.
How about Tracy Morgan?
La da 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 da.
That would have been better as me. Da, da, da.
Okay, Paul Giamatti.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody. And you've got us feeling all right.
Adam Sandler.
Here we go. Now, John at the bar, he's a friend of mine. He gets me my drinks for free. And he's quick with that joke. Would I light up a smoke? But he's someplace that he'd rather be.
Jeff Goldblum.
He says, Bill, I believe this is what? It's killing me. There's a smile ran away from his face. Well, I'm sure that I could be, a movie star if I could get out of this place. Yeah.
But John Madden. Speaking of sports, Mel Kiper Jr.
Now, Paul, talking about a real estate novelist who never had time for a wife. Spent too much time doing a thing, and he's talking with Davey, who's still in the Navy. You know, the fact of the matter is probably going to be for life. And the waitress, tremendous job talking politics, and the businessmen, they're slowly getting stoned. Tremendous job, probably going to keep them lower in the draft. Yes, and sharing a drink they call loneliness, but it's better than what? Drinking alone.
Seth Rogen.
Sing us a song, you're the piano man, I guess. Sing us a song tonight. We're all in the mood for a melody, and you've got us feeling all right. I got something that makes me feel all right, too.
How about Al Pacino for an ending here?
It's a pretty good crowd for a Saturday. And the manager gives me a smile. Because he knows that it's me they've been coming to see to forget about life for a while. And the piano, it sounds like a carnival. I thought he was going to cut me off, so I got big. And the microphone smells like beer. De Niro time. And they sit at my bar and put bread in my jar and say, man, what are you doing here?
Stephen A. Smith. Oh, la, da, 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 dee, da, 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 da. Sing us a song, you're the piano man. Sing us a song tonight. Well, we're all in the mood for a melody.
And you've got us feeling all right.
Yeah, very nice.
Frank Caliendo does Billy Joel.
The Piano Man.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
That was great, Frank. Oh, I feel so...
Oh, you're welcome, guys.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
We're talking with comedians Mark Klein and Nick Griffin. Nick, anything new in your life?
Well, no. I mean, I'm just out there, trying to make it work. I think you got to try to enjoy yourself. Obviously, I'm a positive guy, very optimistic. I've noticed that. That's what I like about you. Yes. I feel
Is this your New Year's resolution?
Yeah, I feel like,
2010's your year.
No, I need to be more realistic, and I feel like, you got to enjoy yourself in the moment because, in an hour, a day, a week, it's all going to suck again. Because that's life, right? Good, sucky, 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 sucky. You say that in Japan, and you're going to have a great time. It's true. It's just hard adjusting to the sucky part of life because when you first get to Earth, everything's sweet. When you're a baby, everyone's kissing your ass, hugging you, feeding you, and then boom, acne, erections, calculus.
Center. Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee sitting at the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Hello.
Pat Godwin's over there.
Hey, Josh.
Jess Hooker has joined us this morning.
Hello.
As has Jeff Oskey.
That's right.
Chick McGee still on vacay. There's Ace Cosby. Hey. I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom.
How's Chick doing in Aruba?
He comes home
I don't
today.
know. I don't follow him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's adopted, two small children?
Oh, how about that?
We're supposed to
Some Arubians?
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
My bad.
What national is Aruba? Its own country?
I think
Aruba is part of the
Arubian Empire.
Himcockle.
The Hincockle?
Yeah.
I see.
Ming Dynasty era.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
And do they speak Arubian?
They do, yes. Yeah.
Those Arubian nights. Okay.
1001 Arubian.
I can't believe he actually didn't come back early.
The country of Aruba. Yeah.
It is its own country?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
How's their space program?
How are their extradition laws?
It's within the Kingdom of the Netherlands, though.
Oh, that's what I said.
Oh, really? We have Netherlands news coming up.
They speak Dutch there. I knew that, so I figured they had something to...
Oh, good. We have a Dutch news today. Yeah, I suppose we could squeeze that story in. It's kind of interesting.
Oh, my God. Okay, hold on.
Wasn't Dutch a brand of cigar?
Dutch Masters.
Yeah. Dutch Masters, yes, yeah.
That was, and they had the famous paintings, except the guys would have cigars.
So is it rude to say "Go Dutch"? Is that like?
No, not at all.
Gypped me out of that.
Yeah, he gypped me. Would that be
right?
Right?
I don't think
Dutch?
so.
No,
that's okay to say.
No,
Okay.
gypped has been determined to be offensive, and I never knew this because
of
it's
gypsies.
based on the term gypsy. I never even knew that.
Yeah.
In fact, I thought it was spelled with a J.
Yeah.
So did I.
So that's no longer.
Right. So
supposed
Jess
to
is
be
asking,
used.
hey, should we really not be saying let's go Dutch?
No.
I think you're fine.
That's fine, yeah.
That's because that's
But
not.
we should ask a Dutch person.
But that's not rude to anybody, right?
It doesn't
go
seem to be.
so.
Yeah, like.
And the question is, who are cheaper, the people from Scotland or the Dutch? That's the debate. I mean, the Scottish win every time.
Oh.
No.
A nearly 200-year-old condom emblazoned with erotic art is now on display at the Netherlands National Museum. The Rijksmuseum said that the prophylactic, which is believed to have been made around 1830 from a sheep's appendix, depicts both the playful and serious side of sexual health.
Huh.
It was possibly a souvenir from a brothel and is decorated with an erotic image of a nun and 3 clergymen.
Isn't that nice?
The condom is part of an exhibition called Safe Sex, about 19th century sex work.
Well, now, first of all, what strikes me as interesting is I didn't know that brothels of any era had a souvenir shop. You say it said it was a
souvenir, yeah.
You really you think you don't want to have the condom shop before you go in, but
I wonder if they do. Like, could you what's the Bunny Ranch?
Yeah.
I wonder if they have. You could buy like a T-shirt or a shot
bet
glass.
they do.
Yeah.
Heck
oh
yeah.
God, you can
They probably do.
really.
I went to the Bunny Ranch and all I got was a shirt.
Oh yeah. All I got was a beach. All I got was this crusty shirt.
Oh God, yeah, pre-stained.
All I got was a gloved HJ for $1,000. That's a lot to put on a shirt.
Yeah. But I did get a nice Stanley with their logo on it. But I mean, this is 200 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
They had a little shop as you exited, and
I don't think they had a shop.
No, it sounds like
it was a condom that they were probably using at the brothel, and someone took
I did see that it was the oldest human semen sample since Larry King. They were.
Well, and they just
Larry was Larry very old. Oh no!
They just think it
no,
was-
Larry, excuse me. Larry isn't dead. They're still running his commercials. I'm serious. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
On the weekend, there's
Was it for the afterlife?
It's Larry King doing this interview show. It's for some, whatever.
Careful, we're still running them on 24/7 as well. So before you throw stones.
I love Larry. We had him on the show. He was great.
I opened for Larry King once.
You mean on stage?
Yes.
He was a charmer.
He was a charmer. At a casino.
Christie's vagina. Hello.
What are your thoughts?
The land, Florida. Hello.
It was close to the end too. He was like my size.
He was very slender, yeah. And he had those what do you call it? Straps. What are those called?
Suspenders.
Suspenders, yeah.
He was so sweet though.
Yeah, he was nice.
Very nice.
He had the greatest overnight talk show.
Oh, absolutely.
On radio before he did the television thing.
I have to send you this clip that's out there. Larry King is talking to Rue McClanahan. And have you guys seen this?
No.
They're taking calls. This is like height of the Golden Girls era. They're taking calls, and Larry goes, whatever, Minnesota, hello. And this clearly like 10-year-old kid goes, yeah, I have a question. When was your first F?
Oh my
says
God.
it so.
Oh my God.
And Larry just, he hangs up real quick. Rue gets such a kick out of it. She can't believe, she's like, that was a child asking that. And this aired, because you can see the CNN logo and everything.
Oops.
Yeah, I used to listen to Larry's
delay.
overnight talk show driving into work.
Of course.
It was just terrific. In any event, so I'm sorry. So they have this brothel. Where is it in Holland? What is it? Where is it?
In Amsterdam.
Amsterdam. Okay.
It's legal there still, right? Yeah.
They just think it's from a brothel, though. Like, they don't know. Like, could you just go to a store and buy condoms back then?
Boy, I mean, it sounds like you have to go to the farm and get a lamb's appendix.
BYOC.
I'm just wondering, like, what else they put up on the counter. When you buy condoms from
they had those famous Dutch paintings by that, what's her name, Van Gash. The famous.
Oh, yeah, I'll take a Van Gash, a penny whistle, and a pack of condoms.
She cut off.
Penny whistle.
I'm trying to find a picture of this thing. But what was the condom made of?
Lamb's appendix.
Sheep's appendix.
Appendix.
Sorry.
Okay, there it is.
I mean, it looks like
That's a big appendix.
Boy, it's clearly molded in the shape of the person who used it.
Yeah.
That's how molded
it has like the tip.
Yeah.
And a very detailed that would have
like
been
condom scrimshaw.
Yeah, but it must have been put on a thing and then printed on there.
All the guys are naked.
That's right.
Oh yeah,
They're
Andy
getting ready
Recht.
to have sex.
Andy Recht.
Okay.
Oh really?
And it's a nun. It's very disturbing.
For her to be erect is
It's
really
completely ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. She's sitting in a chair with her legs spread.
And there are three erect men.
Really weird.
Okay, all right.
The man in the middle is a little girthier than the other two.
Yeah, he is.
He is.
Yeah.
And the one on the
and
end
he's
is a
bald. We
pencil.
baldies are more girthy.
But they're all very well hung.
Well, that is
One's a little
highly
thin.
exaggerated.
That one guy's like Chopstick.
Right?
Dick Chopstick was his name.
Right.
Hi, I'm Dick Chopstick.
Chopstick comic Dick, yeah.
This one guy's got a knife.
Last name first.
Straight up.
Can you imagine? Well, kids, we're going to the museum today. It should be really fun. I think they've got some Van Gogh paintings. You walk in and there's this thing.
Was that painting or drawing on the condom
It had to
pre-use
be
or post?
I don't think it was used.
No, it
think
looks
it
like
was
it.
used?
It sure looks like it.
Sure does.
Well,
But
they put it on
my
a-
assumption is it was
you're right.
almost like silk screening. It must have been a. They
That's
could.
not, no, I would think hand. That's got to be a guy
Yeah,
who drew on
hand
that.
drawn.
No, but I think it was hand drawn and then put on some kind of a plate so they could print
Like
it
a
on.
Oh, you think
lithograph.
so? I got
Yeah, that's better. Like a lithograph. There's no way you could draw that on a.
In 1830?
You could draw that on it if, like Christy was saying, let's say you slid that down a broom handle.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's on like a.
I really do think it was done scrimshaw style.
I'm with you.
Well, I can see why it's on display. Now, there's a photograph I have of the museum, and there's some lady looking at a painting behind it. It's in this glass booth, and it's sort of hovering at waist level on a little stand. And it's got all the typical well-lit museum, artistically displaced. Wow. Okay.
There should be a heist, a good comedy movie, a heist about the guys who have to steal this super valuable condom.
Wait a second now.
Is there super valuable?
Oh, would it be Ocean's 13
and a half?
Yeah, this time it's well hung. Something got to be.
How old were you, Josh, the first time you bought condoms?
19.
And did you just buy the condoms, or did you get like a mini trucking magazine that you put them in between?
I was never any of that stuff. I just bought that.
You didn't pad the order?
No, I was never embarrassed to buy stuff.
I was
like
a padder.
You were?
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. And I bought condoms, come to find out, 3 years before I needed them. So there was no point.
Really?
Better to have and not need than to need and not have.
Is there an expiration date on them?
Yes.
There is? Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, come to find out.
What is the typical?
When you're about 80 years old.
What is the run? How long are they?
Few years out.
Few years? Okay, so it's not like yogurt or something.
No, not that.
Yogurt.
If you open the old one, it's crusty.
Ew.
A little brittle.
Oh, maybe they should put it in that stuff they wrap Spam in.
When you see
Honey, you want me to scrape the jelly off, or do you want me to?
I hear it's pretty good. I heard on the Bob and Tom show that stuff's pretty tasty. You can make gravy out of it.
the condom, when you see it, the picture you were talking about in the museum, it's rather large. I mean, that's a large condom.
Yeah. Which also suggests it's been used because it's stretched out.
Or it was used on a model while they were,
Yeah. Who's to say?
like a sculpture or something.
All right, don't the poor whoever used it's dead. Don't demean the poor guys.
Well, I think she's
Well, if he's
suggesting
hung
maybe
like
it was-
that, good for him.
Probably very popular in Holland. Now, coming up, we do have some more interesting sporting news. Sports celebration that backfires on some.
Goes awry.
That's silly. And then we also have really a sick story about something that happened in the world of pool floats.
Are you just being judgy here?
Okay. I'll let you be the judge.
Okay.
Get ready to take it back. I didn't say it, but the word perv is in the headline.
Well, a pervert to somebody is a clever young man to another. You know what I mean?
Okay. Well, I've got a little something you can purchase then when we get back. Right now, I want to remind you about Simply Safe. Chick McGee walked in here about 10 years ago and said, "You're not going to believe this. I put a great security system in my house over the weekend. Did it myself. Took less than an hour." That's the beauty of Simply Safe. Easy to install. And by the way, if you don't want to install it yourself, they're happy to hook you up with someone that can do that. The real beauty of Simply Safe is how easy it is to use and how great it works. We have it right there. And we got it over around the corner there because we've got the cameras rolling, and we have Simply Safe security at the Bob and Tom Show. By the way, one of the interesting things they've got going now is something called Active Guard Outdoor Protection from Simply Safe. It can help stop break-ins before they happen. They have AI-powered cameras with agents monitoring what's going on at your property when it is appropriate, and they'll see somebody lurking out there. They'll make the appropriate moves to have the police come, or if they can actually talk to them and go, you might want to get out of here. The cops are on the way. So the beauty of Simply Safe, no contracts, no hidden fees. And by the way, Simply Safe Security has been named the best home security system by CNET. And right now, more than 4 million plus Americans are using Simply Safe. Also ranked number 1 in customer service by Newsweek and USA Today. Monitoring plans start at just about $1 a day. So visit simplysafetom.com to claim a staggering 50% off a new Simply Safe system with a professional monitoring plan and get your first month for free. That sounds pretty great, doesn't it? Simplysafetom.com. There's no safe like Simply Safe. Easy to use, and you'll breathe easier, even when you're home, knowing that your property is being protected for you. Once again, coming up, pervs in the news and zebra update.
Yeah.
Oh, and also fruit fly update.
Oh.
2 critters in the news. One great, one small. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace.
Hydrate, hydrate.
Boom. Productivity around here? Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly
Smooth.
Not smooth.
Well, looks like we got dumped.
Uh-oh. Is there anything you'd like to say to them?
Well, our girls have left us, so I'd like to say just one thing.
Oh, yeah.
Baby, blow me.
Oh, a kiss as you're leaving.
Blow me.
Oh, a kiss right now.
'Cause if you're gonna leave me, honey, I will surely miss the way you blow me.
Oh, blow me a kiss. Come on and blow, 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 blow me.
A kiss like you mean it.
Blow me.
A kiss right now.
I really can't remember anything as hard as this. So blow me.
Blow me a kiss. Wow.
Some things in life are hard to swallow.
She couldn't take it all, Dean.
She couldn't handle everything.
Oh, good. But if she comes back tomorrow, I'll be shooting my wad on flowers in the rain, honey. Blow me.
A kiss as you're leaving, baby.
Blow me.
Oh, a kiss as you go.
And always think about me as you're going down
your list.
And blow me.
Blow me a kiss. I'll miss her arms and her elbows.
I'll miss her arms and her elbows.
I'll miss her legs so tall.
Yeah, I'll miss her legs so tall.
I'll miss her neck and her shoulders.
Yes, sir.
But I'll miss her head most of all. Rock out, fellas.
Swinging them, Allie.
Baby, blow me.
A kiss as you're leaving, baby.
Blow me.
Oh, a kiss as you go. And if you wanna come home, honey, that's okay. Just grab a hold of this and baby, blow me. Baby, won't you blow me? Blow me a kiss. Oh, I've been melting. Oh, golly.
I'll miss your arms and your elbows.
The Bob and
Steve and
Tom
Jerry.
Band and Orchestra.
Amazing.
Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Jerry.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Oh, wait a second.
I'll get that. Hello, Bob and Tom Show.
Bob and Tom, it's Kenny Tarmac.
Kenny.
Hey, Shooter, I'd love to say we just landed, but I'm still driving.
Oh.
I know. Like I said yesterday, with all these spring breakers clogging up the airlines, I rented a car, making the most of my wizard number, but it's fair to say I've had my fill of Zone 4 people. I know. I just crossed over into IL from IN, and for once I didn't have to do a touch-and-go at ORD first.
Oh, nice.
I'm at a truck stop, and like most road dogs, I had to re-up on my supply of sugar-free Celsius and veggie straws, and I'd be giving anything to be in the Sky Club about right now, but unfortunately, my rental car has a nail in the tire. Yeah, I got to find a place to get my tire fixed.
Yeah.
I'll take a bird strike any day over this, but this is really going to set me back. Bob and Tom, hang on a sec. Let me ask this trucker if he knows a place to get my flat fixed around here.
Okay.
Excuse me, sir. I found myself in a predicament. My right front is low. Picked up a nail. Would you happen to know a reputable tire place around these parts? Oh, you've definitely got yourself a flat there. That's going to turn into a roll down occasion. Probably won't attend to it. That's why I roll on Goodyear tires. I don't use those commie brands. I wouldn't put those on a moped, but if you can make it up to Pete's Tire Center, you're only 2 miles away. I think it sounds good. Yeah, I'll try to find Pete. What you want to do is take a left out of here. You're going to go maybe a mile and a half on the south side of the road. You're going to see a sign for Joe Gin Spa. Now, if you can't make it all the way to Pete's, be sure to stop in there. Hey, Todd, I've got to take this. I got to call on my burner. They may not fix your flat at Joe Gin's, but you're going to feel like they did. Here, I've got a gift card that's got $40 left on it. I haven't been in almost a year on account of my cholesterol being what it is. When you get there, ask for Lou. Tell her you'll pass on the table shower, but you still wanted to take a look at your undercarriage. Hey, gang, looks like this might take a while. Let's circle back.
Hi, welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. I'm cleaning my glasses and can't read the clock. Am I speaking to anybody? Okay. We are on the air. All right. Live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee's there at the Silac Insurance Company news desk. He's reading it. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Pat Godwin. Hello. Jess Oskey is married.
Jess Oskey.
There was a wedding. And
yeah, my lady is going to be pissed. She's been waiting 10 years.
And Jeff Hooker is over there. They've swapped names. Yeah. All right. Ace Cosby's there. There's Tom.
Why'd someone put a thing of Skin Elite condoms on my desk here?
Well, you were asking about condoms?
Yeah, you seem curious about them.
We're tired of you having babies.
Somebody.
We know you've never seen them, so we thought
maybe you want to see one in the wild.
Somebody opened this one. SKYN Skin Elite Superior Sensitivity and Comfort.
Oh.
Well, there you go.
Yeah, okay, well, it's shaped like a little rocket ship. Okay.
I can't remember if that's the flavor you like.
It's purple. Does that mean it's grape?
Boysenberry.
Okay, good to know. Now, welcome to the Bob and Tom program. Great to be here. Thank you very much. I wanted to run one thing by Miss Hooker, who wasn't here yesterday.
Yeah, what's up?
We had a guest yesterday.
You did, yeah.
Did you hear him? Did you meet Dyke?
I'm friends with Dyke. I've been on his podcast a couple
okay.
times. Yeah.
That's his name, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
being his friend, I know that.
Yeah. She knew that before.
I mean,
Yeah.
like being a friend of Dyke could be misinterpreted.
Right. It's like being a friend of Joe.
Yeah,
Right,
being a friend of Dorothy.
Right.
Whatever. Had to be even a little more on the nose. What's Dyke's last name? Is
Michaels.
Dyke Michaels. Okay, of course. But that sounds like a DJ name, doesn't it? Except more like a Duke Michaels. There you go.
Yeah.
But
I'm Dyke Michaels.
he pointed something out that it just struck me as being so brilliant, and it's not a joke per se, but it's a truism.
Okay.
That is somehow a cultural commentary. And his point was, growing up, the bowl that your parents would give you when you had to barf, was the popcorn bowl. It was the same one, and it was at my house. It was that big wide stainless steel bowl.
Yep.
And I can remember recently getting one out from one of my daughters, sitting in the couch. Hey, if you have to barf, go in this thing.
Yeah.
And
I don't have the same experience.
you don't.
No, my kids have their own puke buckets and their little 6-liter trash cans from the dollar store, and they say puke bucket on them.
Really?
You had them monogrammed?
I did it. I wrote it on there. This is we are a puking family. We do it regularly, so everybody has one in their room. What? Yeah, we're just.
You bedazzled the puke
I
button?
did. I'll take a picture of it and post it later. 100%. Yeah. Yeah, one of them's black, one of them's white, one of them has white writing, the other one has black writing.
We are a puking family.
Family.
We are. We just, I don't feel good. Okay, go
I
puke.
don't have much stuff left in me.
I got a puke bucket with me.
Is this this isn't, you're a very fine cook, so it's certainly not your cooking.
No, it's not that. It's just, we have queasy tummies, and so if you got to throw up, throw up. Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll eat the popcorn at your house then.
I tried selling some puke buckets, but they didn't. There were just these nice stainless steel buckets with a picture of Karen Carpenter on the side.
Ooh, that's a great idea.
Cold.
Yeah, that's a chilly joke.
Time to move back to the sports desk briefly. Jeff Oskey sitting in for Chick McGee today.
A California state champion runner was stripped of her title after celebrating her win with a fire extinguisher. According to the Mercury News, Clara Adams, a North Salina High sophomore, was the first place finisher in the 400 meters in the state high school championships. In a celebratory moment, the 16-year-old took a fire extinguisher from her father, stepped away from the track, and blasted her shoes with the spray as he joked, "You're on fire."
This is funny.
What's wrong with this?
I mean, she can pay for the refill.
No, but I
It was her dad's fire.
Yeah, they brought their own
They
extinguisher.
brought their own.
Yeah, so in other words, they planned this, and it's based on a famous runner doing this. There's a historical precedent for this. Maurice Green famously did it. This is, I get it. And she went away from the crowd, and
That's ridiculous.
Are they just saying, "Hey, you're being a sore winner"?
Officials immediately disqualified Miss Adams, stripped her of her state title, and of what they said was unsportsmanlike behavior. She was also barred from participating in the 200-meter race and denied a spot on the podium.
Talk about overreacting.
Well, hopefully she gets $100,000 on some GoFundMe.
Yeah.
But I think in order to take her medals away, they should make the officials catch her.
Yes.
That's true.
Yeah, come
All
down.
right. Yeah, you want them? What's her name again?
Clara.
Oh, yeah.
That's ridiculous. A clever
Yeah.
celebration.
After the race is over,
Right. Yeah.
everything's clear.
And also, I think we should congratulate any kid who's not, glued to their phone and vaping. Hey, you're actually doing something. You're out there. You're out there being a great. Yeah, that's amazing.
It's not like she just won some one-off race and
Yeah,
was
this is a
doing it.
shame.
Like, this was like a big. That's awesome.
Crazy.
There must be some IHSA.
But we kind of live in a culture where you're not supposed to celebrate your wins because everyone wins, and it's it's kind of bad.
I agree.
Haven't they become more strict with the NFL and their celebratory?
Yeah.
after?
Oh, yeah, very strict, yeah.
There's certain things they can and can't.
Yeah,
do.
but they don't take the win away from they
Right,
don't
right,
take
right.
their awards.
No,
they
right.
just
Penalize.
penalize them 10 yards.
I was at a concert once, and this is too much detail. It was at the High Life Fronton
Okay.
in Orlando, Florida. It was a concert.
How was Yo-Yo Ma?
Yeah, no kidding.
It was not Yo-Yo Ma. It was one of the greatest bands of all time. Little Feat with Lowell George, and he came out with a fire extinguisher. The band was so hot and put the band out.
That's funny.
They were they were playing some song, and it was so great. But yeah, Lowell walked out with. I'm sure that the stage managers. Hey, where's my fire extinguisher? Hey, fat guy in the overalls, give it back. That was cool though. It was fun.
Yes, I mean this is a shame.
Yeah,
let the girls celebrate.
And encourage young people to play sports.
Yeah, but congratulations on winning the state, Miss Adams. Good job.
Yeah,
and she's a sophomore. So
right, in one state as a sophomore.
Yeah.
In the 400 meter.
I hear next year she's planning on having one of those fire planes. The ones that drop
Oh, yeah.
Do a flyover.
Fire
and to drop 10,000 gallons of fire retardant on the judges. Oh, there you go. There you go.
Now, I am also a fan, though, of the act like you've been there before. I love that. You score a touchdown, you drop the ball, and you walk away. I think that's so cool. But if you're going to celebrate and let the...
Yeah, at 16.
Do you think she'll change high schools?
I'd move states.
Me too.
Well, I don't think it was the high school that did it.
It was the governing body of high school.
Of the track.
So the whole state?
Yes.
State. Okay.
Yeah, I'd go, I won state in California, and I'm going to go win state in Oregon.
There you go.
Yeah.
There may be a tall order. The Oregonian is very fast.
They are fast. Well, they're spending a lot of their time running from Sasquatch.
That's why, of course. That's all the ones that are still extant, if you will, which is redundant. But is that sports?
That's sports.
Well, thank you very much, Jeffrey.
Yeah.
Hello again. Hello. If you're just joining us, this is the Bob and Tom Show. Great to be here. We are here in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. And we have Jess Hooker's over there in the stripes, the candy striped, red and white. And Christy Lee is in the more subdued. Well, wouldn't you say right now? I mean, Jess Hooker looks like she should be selling popcorn at Kings Island. And Christy is kind of a dignified.
Is that the look you were going for,
Yeah,
Jess?
that's what I. Yeah.
Am I wrong or not? If you saw her in the midway, wouldn't you?
Well, yes, in the midway, but just sitting here.
But I'm at work and it's a button-down shirt. And
You saw Christy in the midway, you'd assume she was a visitor.
You know what? I would assume she was like PR for the whole amusement park.
Yeah, the boss, the GM.
Yeah, okay.
Queen of the midway.
You both look lovely.
yeah, that really
now
came
you're
across.
Yeah. You look lovely. Now, where's your straw hat?
You look lovely. Get your shine.
You got a banjo?
Guess my weight.
I have a request for a news story.
Yes.
That has been teased. Something about a so-called pervert and a pool float.
Oh, this is rough.
Is it? We'll
A
be
man in Florida has admitted to stealing numerous pool floats in order to have sex with them.
Yeah, buddy.
Mr. Christopher Monin
I'll say.
pleaded guilty to burglary charges following a month-long spree where he stole dozens of inflatable pool floats.
Dozens.
I mean, they're essentially
41-year-old
sex dolls.
Yeah.
The 41-year-old was caught by a Palm Bay Police Department person who had spotted him riding a bicycle carrying a white garbage bag full of what he identified as deflated pool floats. During questioning, Mr. Monin told police he sexually gratifies himself with the floats.
I do. I get off on them.
Deflated?
Monin
Well,
directed
there are more folds and creases.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he just wants to blow a unicorn up. Like,
Yeah. Very good. Presumably, I'm guessing
he probably
deflates them so he can
steal them.
because he's obviously done taking multiple
Right, and then reinflates them.
Yeah, I take a lot of them.
Monin directed investigators to a vacant house across the street from his Palm Bay residence.
This is where I hump them.
That's where he stored the floats. As detailed in a police report, cops found 75 pool floats in the house. A search warrant
I'm a slut.
inventory.
This is the best part. Wait till you hear what these are.
Okay, here are some of the seized items. You
All
ready?
right, yes.
A lounge chair with cup holders.
It's the cup holders.
A duck float, a lobster float, a French fries float, a pizza float, a turtle float, a whale float, banana float, elephant float, watermelon float, and a float shaped like a piece of bacon.
Which one would I most want to bang?
Oh, I've got 3 of them. You can come over to my house.
Oh,
He also
I'll sell you one of them.
had a
$50.
What kind of floats do you have at your house?
I have the pizza one.
Yeah.
Let me look at them. The bacon one and the watermelon one.
Are they sexy?
I also have the one that's the unicorn. You know,
Yeah,
but
of course.
it's got the head coming out. And
Sure.
That's a 2-parter when you fill it.
Yes.
You got to fill the one part, then you fill the other one.
He also has a stolen Shaquille O'Neal branded Shaq inflatable lounger.
Oh, so he's bi.
And quite large.
Remember, that's like one of Hooker's celebrity crushes.
Huge celebrity crush. Yeah. Oh, I gotta find this thing.
Now, I have a question. Now, these were all reported stolen. They found them. if you get it returned, do you keep it?
No way.
No, I mean, what are they? $20? I'll get another one.
Yeah, I'm sure they can't.
One that's been non-humped.
Yeah.
How are they going to identify whose float goes with whom?
It's just rubbing up against it? I don't
It's
get
got
how
the
we...
sunscreen on it. It's all lubricated.
This is a very specific fetish, obviously.
Surely.
And
It's a plastic thing, right?
It's probably, I don't mind the smell of like a new inflatable.
Yeah.
So I get that. I get this whole thing.
Do you know?
Don't you kind of get horny swimming? Like anytime you're in a
Wait, whoa, slow down. You're jumping to it. First of all, the answer is no. But
the answer is yes.
Yeah.
It's an environment where scantily clad women are at.
Yeah, there's something about...
And you're wondering why none of you have ever been invited over to my house to use the pool.
I'm not saying it's an uncontrollable urge or that there's anything...
Uncle Pat has something in his pants, Mommy.
But there's something about swimming that you kind of get horny.
But this guy isn't doing it at the pool. He's taking the pool toys home.
I understand that.
And I'm assuming he steals 4 or 5 of them, deflates them, gets on his bicycle, because apparently he's Captain Success, probably doesn't have a car.
Well, he doesn't want his license plate being read.
Right. Oh, no.
And there's his picture.
That kind of track.
This guy looks
That
1,000 times crazier than I thought.
I thought he was going to be okay.
Right.
This guy
He looks...
is on something.
He looks like an absolute madman.
Yep.
I'm surprised he's just humping pool floats.
Exactly. We should be thanking
pool floats.
So thankful that he is only screwing rafts.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking of growing a mustache, maybe look at this guy's picture. You may want to not be in that club.
He's a ratty...
Like Sean Penn's demented younger brother.
Yes, yeah. We don't really talk about Brian Penn.
Big Penn.
His eyes are too close. They're glazed
and
over.
They're wild.
Yeah. Give him.
Yeah, that's a drug thing going on there.
Give him all the rafts. It'll keep the community safe.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So this was where in Florida?
Where was it in Florida? I don't even remember.
It's all the same.
It doesn't say. It just says a Florida man.
Oh, here,
Palm Bay.
Palm Bay.
This is such a crazy story. You might as well just say from Florida City, Florida.
Florida man. Wow. That is so rough.
Yeah.
Yikes. So, Josh, you satisfied that it's pervy enough?
It is pervy enough, yes. Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we are. It's fair to judge this person.
Yeah.
Okay.
It seemed okay, but I think seeing his picture wrecked it for me.
Yeah,
I was
that
like,
really-
Yeah.
He's a lunatic.
Yeah.
I mean, you could see like 30 pictures of people, and you'd say, which guy is, you'd immediately go, that guy.
Yeah.
I would have guessed a lot worse with that guy, actually.
Yeah. You're right.
He's,
I mean, like, that guy's killed 9 people.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. P. Diddy won't let him into the party. So he's that weird.
We can't let Raps guy in.
That's sick. Although I do have some extra baby oil over here.
Might need it for his rafts.
That's true.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, Christy. What's coming up?
Coming up, we have our fart mixing formula.
Uh-oh.
Boy.
Yeah, if you want to max out your farts, we've got it for you.
All right.
So is this sound or smell?
Both.
Okay.
Yes.
Covering all the bases. And we're hoping merely gaseous. We'll find out all the details on that. Yeah, but we got the blimp in the news. We got an update on the escaped zebra and an update on the cocaine fruit flies and a song from Mr. Godwin. It's all coming up. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Canada is just one big bleh. I don't know. I know where Windsor is, and
the home of
the Windsor Ballet,
which is
a strip club. Mm-hmm. Why are you doing this to me?
Yeah.
Shut up.
I'm telling you.
And Paul Schaefer's from Thunder Bay. That's
trying to
all I
give
know.
your story something of a spine so that we can understand what's happening.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks, Tom.
No, you're saying.
Thanks, everybody. I don't know what happened to Chick. Well, you were acting like a puppet master and putting words in his mouth Oh, would that upset him? Yeah, I think it probably.
Well, see, because this gets to my fundamental beef about naming teams. Why are they called the Los Angeles Lakers?
Because they were the Minneapolis Lakers and they didn't change the name. Grow up, read a book.
No, so were you assuming that the Edmonton Oilers used to be in Houston?
It's a fair question, Chick. We don't know.
I'm sorry. I missed your question.
You were asking why they were called the Edmonton Oilers. Was there oil there?
American students are woefully undertaught about Canada.
Yeah.
We should know a little bit more about it.
Certainly are. It should be one big country. Why can't we annex Canada?
It's real close, I hear.
Northern.
It's real close, yeah.
Northern America.
Yeah, you hear all about Mexico almost daily. Nothing about Canada.
You know the weird thing about Canada? Michigan touches Canada.
Yeah.
What? Also Wisconsin. Also Washington and Maine, I guess.
And
Figure it out. Let's get one state, one border.
But as far as I know, that's it. No other states touch Canada. That's all
what you're saying is that's where we're building the
I'm
wall.
not saying anything to you.
I'm
not speaking to you.
You're saying we're building a wall.
Shut your mouth. Talk to Josh. Get off my ass. Not today.
Get off his ass. Not today.
Take your pick.
Where we lose Chick, 601.
Oh, fake anger? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Fake today.
Coming up.
This is real as the heart attack I'm planning.
And then you did what? To who? And what was his name?
Hey,
was
look.
he left-handed? Yes.
I have a
I'm just trying to give your story some spine.
Can I have your little car?
Why don't you shut up?
You still have payments on that, or can I just take it outright?
That's a valid question.
Do I have to take over the payments on the little one?
No, you can't get me back. You can't get me back. It's over.
I don't want your back. I want your car.
It's over. You can't get. Why would I give you my car if I hate you? Why?
I think there are a lot.
Why?
A lot of people who've gotten divorced that have given away some really nice cars.
Fired up already, didn't you?
Oh God, I got the papers.
After I bent over backwards to put you on the poster. Oh no!
Oh my God!
Let me tell you something. This is a radio show. Every now and then we're on YouTube, or all the time we're on YouTube. I don't know how it works. Something about zeros and ones. I don't know.
Sure.
If you spent 1/10 of the time, this is serious. If you spent 1/10 of the time you do making posters, we would be on whatever. Everybody would have to listen to us. It would be a government mandate. That's the kind of
this is North Korea?
crap we have to put up with because of your stupid effing posters.
No, I can have it redone without you.
He's very. I would love to see that.
I can get that done.
Please.
That's one click.
I bet you can without hearing the history of the trumpet. I bet you can't do that. But you go ahead.
Our art director plays the trumpet. It's a very nice poster, and you'll be able to see it if you're joining us in Iowa coming up.
Yes, it's a poster.
Osceola, Iowa.
Oh, you're gonna do the radio show or anything? You're gonna have fun? You're gonna laugh? Well, yeah. But there's a poster.
He slaves over them.
There's a poster.
We'll be signing it.
Pat, there's a poster.
I know,
for our
it's
fans
too.
I'll stand over Chick's shoulder when he signs
it's
it.
like
CHICK.
It's like a playing card. Can we make them any smaller? I don't know. Wow. I got this poster. We'll move an actual poster. Oh, there it is behind it. Okay.
The larger ones are being printed today.
Sure they are. Sure they are.
Chick, well done.
Unborn panda pelts? Is that what you're making them out of, right? What is wrong with you?
Nothing. I'm doing just fine.
Staying out. Don't look at me.
You're not in the poster, Christy, because you're not going to be there.
I can't be there, sadly.
Where are we going to be? We're going to be at Osceola, Iowa, coming up Friday morning.
Don't forget your poster.
Oh, now Tom's going to get really mad.
No, mad.
That's never happened before in my life.
I have time to. I really get. I do have time to remove Chick from the poster.
Well, go, do, please, please.
Then you wouldn't have to sit there and sign them for the next 2 hours.
Oh yeah, there's probably going to be 10,000 posters at the last minute because we had to have a trumpet solo. And then, Frigamall Records, the same people that brought you the all-bass Christmas album, Amazing Bass, are proud to present Jimmy Pardo's first solo project, Nothing But Air Bass.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Pardo. You know, there's nothing cooler in rock and roll than the bass. And these songs are so cool, I don't even need a bass.
Hey, hey, what the matter with
So just pick up your Air telephone and dial. Beep, 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 beep.
Jimmy Pardo's Nothing But Air Bass. Get yours today.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show. We're live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jess Hooker, Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby. I'm Josh Arnold. And there's Tom. And Tom, you know what I haven't seen in a while?
What's that?
A honk if you're horny bumper sticker. Why have those gone away?
Well, maybe nobody's horny anymore.
You can look in the parking lot of my car. Parked erratically in the...
They're always horny.
I saw a bumper sticker on my way in today that said, I'm covered in bugs and I vote. What does that mean?
What does that mean?
I don't know.
I'm covered in bugs.
And I vote.
This is a riddle.
I know.
I bet it's an inside band thing or something.
Oh, okay. I thought it was like nature and...
Yeah, maybe. Who's to say?
Eco-friendly people. I don't know.
yeah.
No pesticide.
Odds are it's probably hyper political and very offensive.
Yeah, we probably should.
Yeah. Some crazy fringe.
Yeah, I'm here to help.
Yeah, there's some. Yeah, we're going to find out it's someone who's in favor of setting children on fire, and they're so far right they're left. You know that guy.
Yeah.
I was looking over this story once again about this guy, and this is the actual headline. Pool float pervert pleads to felony charges. That's how it was worded in the Smoking Gun. This is really sick. We saw a picture of this guy. The Palm Bay Police Department picked him up. 41 years old. He had dozens of pool floats.
75.
That he admits that he was actually having interpersonal. Well, I guess not interpersonal. He was having intimate. How about that? Intimate relations with. But when they caught him, as Christy said, he was on a bicycle and they were deflated.
In a garbage bag.
But I'm assuming that in order to get the full, they've got to be back up and, you got to have the flamingo and the French fry, whatever.
Right. Maybe that was a part of the turn on was blowing it back up.
And I did some research, and that's called inflatio.
I see.
Is the process of and get it? Okay, sorry.
Yes.
Long way to go, you see. Sometimes.
I'm covered in bugs and I vote. There's so far, after looking at a Reddit about it, people are seeing these things and they cannot find an explanation online.
Really?
So right now the consensus is it's just random nonsense.
Okay, I'm for it.
So
yeah.
but they're being spotted everywhere.
Yeah.
I've got a feeling it's going to turn out to be something really bad.
Yeah, we don't want to know.
Well, I'm going to keep talking about it.
Organic vegetable farmers.
Sorry, Mark.
Right?
Organic vegetable farmers.
Why not?
You know something? That actually would make sense.
That would,
make
yeah.
sense,
No
right?
pesticide, yeah.
Keep my spots on my apples, but give me the birds and the bees. Little Joni Mitchell, ladies and gentlemen.
For that ass.
Thank you for putting
That pool
for that ass tag on it. That's very
That pool float humper, just looking from his, I'm not for profiling.
Yeah.
But if I saw that dude and riding down the sidewalk, even with nothing in his hands, and I was an officer, I'd pull him over.
Yeah.
That dude looks like he just got done committing crime.
See, I disagree with you.
Yeah, me too, because I am for profiling, and I do it all the time in every aspect of my life. Go ahead, back to you.
No, you said exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, really?
I've never seen pupils that big. That was insane. The blacks of his eyes were all the way. That was
that may have something to do with the meth. Which actually leads to the story. We touched on this yesterday. I got a little bit of an update because it seemed so weird. I didn't quite understand it. That scientists are now... Do you have it, Christy?
Fruit flies on cocaine could reveal better therapies for addiction. Researchers at the University of Utah created fruit flies that are addicted to cocaine. Flies in humans apparently share many genes tied to addiction, but fruit flies naturally avoid cocaine They find it bitter.
It's hard to get the tiny straws, first of all.
So what did scientists do? They turned off the bitter taste receptors, and this new model helps researchers study addiction faster. It could speed up the search for effective therapies.
I read more about this because I thought it was so interesting, and they actually have this one interview, and this fruit fly is saying, it's like 2 a.m. and they record the fruit fly saying, my band would have made it if our bass player hadn't gotten married.
Oh,
yeah.
I did some of this research at my house, and the fruit flies at my house are addicted to almost empty Merlot bottles. That's where I found that they passed on the cocaine.
Yeah, and they love
just straight to the.
They seem to love bananas for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, radiator fluid and Mountain Dew. They can't tell the difference. Who can? Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance News Desk. Pat, it looks like you're itching to play a song.
I'm itching to play a song. Yeah, you have a story about the Disney thing that's fascinating. The granddaughter of Walt Disney is annoyed.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I don't get this.
Walt Disney's granddaughter is speaking out against a new tribute to her grandfather. Ms. Joanne Miller called the animatronic version of Mr. Disney a, quote, robotic grandpa.
Yeah, that's what animatronics are.
The mechanical figure will be featured in a new Disneyland attraction titled Walt Disney, A Magical Life to mark the park's 70th anniversary. Ms. Miller told the LA Times that her grandfather would have hated being turned into a talking machine. She said the tribute dehumanizes Mr. Walt Disney and distorts his legacy. Ms. Miller wrote to Disney CEO Bob Iger asking the company to cancel the figure, but says her appeal was ignored.
Boy, somebody needs attention.
She also claimed on Facebook that her grandfather once told Imagineer Mr. Sam McKim he, quote, never wanted to be an animatronic.
You never wanted to be dead either. That didn't work out.
She says Mr. McKim's son has firsthand proof of that statement, which apparently she had produced to Mr. Iger.
Well, if that's true, then what do you do? If he said, don't ever make me an animatronic.
Yeah.
But I mean, as you know, I've said this for years. My favorite exhibit, of course, at Walt Disney World is the Hall of Presidents.
Mm-hmm.
I've always loved that.
Because of the air conditioning.
Yeah.
No,
that's the
no.
only reason to love
No.
it is.
That's why everybody goes
No,
there.
the best part is like when the audience claps for certain presidents. That's so funny. You can get a beat on who's in the crowd. I remember the first time I went that they introduced Kennedy and people applaud. It's a robot up there. And it's certain other presidents. I think they sort of try to keep away from the political aspects of it. They don't introduce all of them.
Well, the Biden one keeps wandering off. Keeping them in there.
Rumba.
Yeah.
They found it on Space Mountain the other day.
I think the robots are cool.
Animatronics have come a long way. They're amazing. They're amazing.
And for years it was rumored, and it's not true. What's in the haunted the haunted mansion thing?
Yes.
Remember toward the end there are those heads that you can. There's some kind of projection on them, and you see the ghost head singing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I think there are 3 or 4 of them. I forget.
Yeah.
And it was always rumored that one of them was Walt Disney. And actually, it was, what's his name? Cyril
Ravenscroft.
Thurl Ravenscroft.
Yeah. I mean, it does look just like Walt Disney, but that's because Thurl looked like Walt in a way.
I just think they're cool.
But if he didn't want it, you got to respect that.
And not if there's $1 involved.
You have a song about this, Pat?
Well, Disney's not in it for the money.
Oh, no, I love Disney World.
I do too, but I can still joke like that, you lunatic.
I do
Mickey
too.
Mouse isn't going to come kick your ass.
No, he's going to come kick yours.
I hope so. I'll tear that rat in half.
Oh, that's just the kind of talk that gets you in trouble. What do you got, Pat?
Disney is wonderful. It's a wonderful place, but it's you have to pick the right time of year to go. Our vacation last year, we did the 3 things, the camping, fishing, and Disney. And Disney was rough. This year, we're not doing Disney, only because of the time we're going in July.
I'd be careful, Pat.
Yeah.
Tom's real paranoid
I
about
know.
the Disney
I'm
people.
nervous about
He's
doing
really
the
trying not to
song.
upset anybody over there.
I mean, this news is so upsetting. I think Walt's going to turn over in his cryogenic chamber. Is that a chamber or a casket? I didn't know how to finish the joke.
Well, this is what happened last year. This is called my summer vacation. 1, 2, 3 days, 4 days off. 5, 6, 7 days, 8 days off. 9, 10, 11 days, 2 weeks off. I'm going to have some fun on my 2 weeks off. I went camping up on Eagle Creek in the same wet clothes for about a week. I got rotten around the crotch tonight. I got rot, and it's quite a sight. I got rot around the crotch tonight. Sorry, Tom, here we go. I walked around dizzy, my thighs got chafed. Sweat my ass off, I need butt paste. I got rot around the crotch tonight. I got rot, shorts way too tight. I got rot around the crotch tonight. Fell in the lake trying to land a bass. The water was polluted, now I have swamp ass. I got rot around the crotch tonight. I got rot, something don't look right. I got rot around the crotch tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Beautiful.
That was nice, Pat. Pat's new project will be emerging soon. Do we know when the release date is on that, baby?
I think about 3 months, maybe.
Oh, that long? Well, okay.
Oh,
wow.
they take their time at Dry Bar.
Okay. The Dry Bar Comedy Special.
They're very,
starring
very meticulous.
Pat Godwin is going to be released. We don't have a title yet.
Nope.
If you've got any good ideas, by all means, send them to us, Bob and Tom at bobandtom.com. Coming up a little bit later on, it'll be Sexy Time with Alli Breen. Also in the news, Chrissy, what have you got over there?
Coming up, we still have an update on our pet zebra. We have fart maxing, and we have Lawrence Welk. I know all of you woke up thinking about what's Lawrence Welk up to these days.
This is a legitimate news story about...
Just because it's in the news doesn't make it legitimate.
Thank you.
All right. But this is serious, real news.
Okay.
I'm sure
And
Lawrence...
it doesn't make it serious either.
Lawrence Welk has many fans in the graveyard. That show is still running.
Yes.
And we'll be hearing about why Mr. Welk is legitimately, what's the word? Legitimately?
Legitimately.
That's a better word. In the news.
Yeah.
Once again, we are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show. Chris, you're a single guy, right?
I am 37 and single. Nobody plans that. Right? No one's in high school going, I'm just going to wait till the end and see who's left. I'd like to find someone my age, if for no other reason than they would get my references. Sure. Right? You get tired of telling girls who the Black Crows were. And I don't know if you've ever dropped a Fletch reference on a 23-year-old female, but you might as well hand that girl a Rubik's Cube and a beeper. Because she's just staring at you like, what's a water buffalo? It's hard to even find a single 37-year-old woman, and then when you do, they have a tendency to fall into 3 categories. They're either A, super career-oriented, successful chick, so I'm out. Right? Those girls are looking for a guy that owns a suit. I have a pair of slacks. I don't know where they are. I know I got them because my mom bought them for me, so I had something to wear when people die. I don't know if you've ever shown up to a funeral in jeans, but your mom refuses to let that go.
Yep, I agree.
In my defense, the funeral I showed up to in jeans was for a 94-year-old woman. Not exactly a tragic event. 94 is a solid run.
Yeah.
It's about time. Have you ever been to a 94-year-old person's funeral? Nobody's sad. Everyone's just happy to be off work on a Tuesday. The second category of women single at my age are divorcees, and those women are like Chernobyl. They're beautiful, but something bad happened, and now we all need to leave it alone for a few years. For the millennials listening, Chernobyl is a city in Russia. I know a lot of you are wondering why I'm mentioning that map on Call of Duty. And the last category of women single at my age are women that have been single the entire time because their therapist hasn't quite got their pill combo locked down, and they still have episodes where they'll break into your apartment and set fire to kittens. I don't even have kittens, man. She brought them.
Chris Porter.
What's
just move on. How are you? Everything going?
I'm not good. I'm not going to lie to you.
What's
I'm
the
not.
problem?
They're renaming my street. They're renaming my street.
Oh, you see, that's one of my hot buttons.
Let me tell you something. I live on 39th Street. That seems pretty easy, 39th Street.
39.
They're going to rename it Cesar Chavez Street. Now, I'll be honest, I don't know who Cesar Chavez is, but I hate him. Whoever he is,
He was
I hate him.
great man as far as
he was a great
getting farm workers together. And
Well, because I had to study about this. But here's the thing: we say we're going to rename the street because that shows that you love the man or whatever. The thing is, naming a street after something doesn't mean you love it. I don't love the number 39. I just look at it as the least aggressive sexual position.
it is one
Here's
of
the
the
thing about 39 is that it comes after 38 and before 40.
Yeah.
Therefore, making the streets makes some sort of sense.
Sure.
If you're trying to get somewhere, if you're on 5th, you know how far 25th is.
Sure.
But if we're just going to start naming them after random civil rights leaders, is there going to be an order to these civil rights leaders? Is there going to be, like, we're going to name them in order of their effectiveness as a civil rights leader?
No. All I know is that Rosa Parks is going to be up front.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, I was thinking there's going to be all these conversations with the guys. It's like, I told you, man, I live on Jesus Boulevard. Where are you? You're only to Al Sharpton? You're all the way across town. Okay.
You have no idea. Do you know what's about to happen to you?
No one.
No one's going to be able to find your house. Do you want to know why?
Yeah.
Because of GPS systems.
Yeah.
The reason I know all about this is they renamed a street right near my house, and now no one can find it anymore.
You don't want people to find you.
No, you just have to explain longer. I live on Cesar Chavez, which used to be 39th Street. So when you're coming here, follow all the instructions. So go down 39th Street. Thanks for the pain in the ass.
Well, that's what I was going to say, because somebody better tell my Garmin what a great man Cesar Chavez, because apparently my Garmin eats grapes.
See, exactly. Wow. Right now you think this is cute and funny. Just wait.
Just wait.
It's my first date in 6 weeks, and she ended up in Spokane.
But they do all these different things with streets. I mean, it's like, okay, so you have the numbers, and the numbers make sense. And then also what we do where I live in Portland, Oregon, is that the streets going the other way are alphabetized.
So A, B, C.
Exactly, which is fine until you're on Kelso and you're looking for Pine and you're trying to figure out how far it is. Like K. A, B, C, D, E, F, G,
N-O-P.
I'm the start over guy. I know the alphabet. I just only know it from one
Tom is also.
space.
Augie, we have so much in common. You know what's actually helping me with that?
What?
Texting.
What do you mean?
Because by texting,
you have to find out where the letters are in your numbers.
It groups those letters together. I'm still pretty slow.
But click, click, click. C.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, but
it's just
I'm always doing the same.
I don't have to do that with numbers. I mean, if I'm trying to figure out 39th to 40, I don't start out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I automatically know. And so why do they make us solve these puzzles with our streets? What's going to be next? It's easy. The streets are named after the periodic table of elements in order of their combustibility. What's wrong with you? You're only up to boron? You're not going to be here for a long time.
You idiot.
Hope you got enough gas.
Brilliant.
Augie Smith is our guest.
Decorative.com.
Hey there, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studio. Christy Lee is coming to us from the Silac Insurance Company news desk.
Yes, sir.
Pat Godwin's there.
Hey, Josh.
Doing some great numbers this morning. Jess Hooker has joined us.
Hey, Shashi.
As has Jeff Oskey.
Yes, sir.
There's Ace Cosby.
You couldn't remember his name, could you?
Jeff
No,
Oskey?
as has sounded weird to me, even though that would be the correct way to say it. I am Josh Arnold. There's Tom.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Josh.
Yes.
It's good to see you. We have explored various aspects of contemporary culture this morning. We found out, for example, that Ms. Hooker at her home has monogrammed barf buckets.
Yeah.
The rest of us, in the tradition that we learned yesterday. Just use the popcorn bucket for barfing purposes.
Yeah.
But not you.
Nope.
You barf so often, you've got monogram barf buckets.
Everybody's got their own. Yep.
Wow.
We often use the pot. My dad would go, "Here's the pot."
Here's
and
the
it was
pot,
an
yeah.
actual,
Yeah. We always put our popcorn in the mixing bowl with the handle. So you can hold it. I don't know why, but that's always the one. You know what I mean? With the spout, our popcorn's always in that
The
one.
Pampered Chef one? I have one of
Yeah.
Wow. Nice. You got just a big, like, gigantic stainless steel bowl. That's for the popcorn.
Yeah.
If you make
I have an actual popcorn bowl. It says popcorn on it. It's nice.
Oh, you got
Got it as-
popcorn bowl money.
Yeah.
If you make
no,
a
I got it as a gift, but go ahead.
a microwaved bag of popcorn, do you eat out of the bag?
No.
Yes. Because
Absolutely.
that
No.
residue gets on your wrist when you
No.
reach deep into it, and I
No.
agree.
Pour it into a bowl.
But Pat says, no, I'm out of the bag.
no dish.
I learned a microwave popcorn hack off the interwebs. When you make your microwave popcorn, before you open, you know how it kind of opens a little bit at the
burns
top
your
after
hand.
you pop it? Turn it upside down with it still closed. Shake it. All the unpopped kernels come out. Then you open the top.
Holy cow.
That's a good idea.
Remember the guy that sued because he huffed the microwave popcorn right away and scalded his larynx?
Yeah, slow down, buddy.
Yeah, no kidding. I think he might have been stoned.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but yeah, that's very, very hot, you see. That's steam, my friend. We've learned a lot today, but it's time to learn more because we have Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. Tell me more.
Well, there's a TikTok user out there who's sharing his so-called fart maxing formula for producing the loudest farts.
You know, I've often been a naysayer of TikTok.
Yeah.
But maybe I was premature because this is important info.
Fart maxing, Josh, is the pursuit of creating the loudest, smelliest, and most impressive fart possible.
Look at God when he just
I hate the fart word. I despise it.
Alan Lynn first went viral for his video that explains his fart maxing formula, which is when fiber and gut fermentation is greater than digestive speed. He goes on to suggest several food items to deliver explosive doses of rapidly fermentable fiber into the gut, paired with carbonated fluid to speed transit for your gas.
So this guy's a scientist.
So is he just eating bowls of shredded wheat and kimchi covered in 7-Up?
Here you go.
Yeah.
His menu includes one liquid salad pouch, 3 hard-boiled eggs, 1 bottle of Topo Chico, 1 green banana, 1 cup of cooked black beans, 3 raw garlic cloves.
Oh, my gosh.
In another video, Mr. Lynn tests his Fart Max formula on himself and then measures the loudness of his resulting flatulence when clocked at 93 decibels, which is about the size or sound of a lawnmower.
That's 93 decibels. That's big. That's approaching concert volume.
According to the Fart Factor Index, which there is apparently,
all right,
calculated by frequency, acoustic blast, and social fallout.
Acoustic blast, social fallout.
Yeah. Mr. Lynn's fart hacked up a score of 83, meaning his gas was extreme but survivable.
Wow.
Oh,
Who in
God.
the world does this?
This is magnificent.
I've found here, if you take a Slim Jim from our little refrigerator, a Slim Jim hard-boiled egg, one of the cheddar cheeses, and a Mountain Dew, it creates a nauseous.
Ooh.
Noxious?
Yeah, is that the word I want? Yeah, it's there's a reason I keep my door closed after hours here.
You sit in there with it?
Well, there's been times I've had to flee, but I shut the door so it doesn't waft into Jason's office.
So your own brand?
Oh yeah.
Well, you like
Sometimes
your own
there have been
brand?
times where your own brand can turn on you.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad that this, by the way, this viral video is being released now that school's out. Yeah. Because, little Jimmy's going to go, Mom, could you pack me a lunch?
The meal doesn't sound great.
No, it doesn't.
Gross.
Yeah.
I think the key probably is the black beans and the hard-boiled eggs.
That's actually true. The black beans. Is
What is a liquid salad pouch?
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Maybe-
Like a greens, like one of those green
Yeah,
things.
maybe the AG1 greens.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And the raw garlic cloves, do they cause gas or is that an odor
Well,
issue?
I bet all of it.
I don't know.
Now, I've got a little more about this guy. This is hard to believe. Guess who his assistant is aiding him in this process?
Who?
His mom.
Oh, all right.
Oh,
Is she a
God.
doctor or a scientist of some kind?
David Rush. That's a good guess.
When it was time to measure the so-called social fallout, his mother gave him a score of 5, saying it's pretty loud, but not something I haven't smelled before.
I see.
His final calculations, 26 episodes of flatulence per hour for a frequency score of 10, and then a so-called maximum acoustic blast of 93 decibels, as was mentioned. That's 10 points on the sound scale. So altogether, his score was a 25, which
Is there a picture of this guy?
I'm desperately trying to find one.
Curious now.
I'm guessing from the way he spells his name, he would be an Asian fella, wouldn't you think?
Oh, what is his name?
Alan Lin, Alinlin.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, and he is.
Alan?
Yeah, here's a photograph
I would
of
think
him.
he would be Asian.
And I'm not kidding, he's dressed as a ninja.
Oh, okay. Is he like a fart ninja?
Looks very serious. Yeah, forget about waterboarding. We got Alan to come in. He'll make them talk. Wow. And, of course, he does the trick that we saw recently on that show where the guy puts the baby powder.
Oh, yeah.
Squirts the baby powder in his rear. So
Mr.
when
Methane, yeah.
Yeah, so when it comes out, there's a photograph of him from the back, and it's this enormous atomic cloud of baby
Pat, your
powder.
son is what, 14?
14, yeah.
Your place must be fairly flatulent.
Yeah, he's pretty open with
Do
it.
you and he try to outdo each other?
I don't do anything in front of him or at home.
You won't just go, hey,
I'm not
Jimmy.
into, I don't think it's funny.
I see. But when he does it, does he think it's funny?
He thinks it's funny.
Does he often do it near you?
Oh, right near me. Yeah, he will wake me up. He'll come in the bed. Yeah, he thinks it's real fun.
My youngest daughter will come and back up against my leg so I can feel it.
Boy, oh boy.
I get no respect.
No, Pat, has your son ever figured out has he ever figured out how to deliver the noxious load into your CPAP machine?
Oh, no. But that would be a heck of a...
Give him that idea.
No, but he better not find... That's funny.
Yeah, that
would
could happen.
really...
Well, what took him out? Well, what appeared to be.
You know those inflatable dinosaurs that people wear? It's like it has a fan in it.
Yeah.
There is a viral video of somebody backing up to the vent of it and letting go.
Oh.
And then you just see the hands and everything.
Man.
All Jimmy has to do is take that little hose. It's a little click thing. It comes off.
Do not even let it...
F, because I don't say the F fart word. F in the hose.
Yeah.
And it would be all over for me.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
It would be very easy to pull off.
You hate the word fart. What do you use instead?
I don't use anything. I don't like any
You
words.
don't acknowledge that it happens.
I grew up in a family that thought it was real funny. My mom and I didn't.
I like to say rip ass.
That's rough on the ears.
Did you rip ass?
The butt trumpet.
I don't like toot, though. That grosses me
You
out
don't
for
like
some
toot?
reason.
No, I don't like that
Sweet.
either.
That isn't sweet.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
something-
it
What a
is.
grandma church lady says.
Yeah.
I tooted.
Women say too.
I tooted.
Why do women's farts always smell stale? Like you guys have been, it smells like a musk.
Because they've been holding them as long as possible, and finally it's either this or my eyes blow out. I'm gonna have to let it go.
That's hilarious.
So
the last woman fart I smelled was my niece, and she farts like a cabbage eating trucker.
How old is she?
9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's funny.
And whenever I'm with her and she does it, people, who do you think they assume did it?
You.
Not her.
Yeah.
She's all too happy to go along with that ruse.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's like blaming the dog. You ever went so bad you have to go get the dog, bring him into the room in case anybody comes in. Yeah, can you believe that?
Man, dog gas is a special smell.
Oh yeah, that's a whole different level. I got up and got out of bed the other day because I assumed that there was some kind of a pile in the room. And then I realized, and I looked at Mr. Fletcher, the dog, and I said, "Are you kidding me?"
Yeah, I know.
Then you got to wonder, okay, what did he eat? Because his normal diet, this does not happen. And yeah, just that kind of eye-watering.
Wild.
The room starts spinning. My aunt called them fanny burps.
Fanny burps.
Yeah.
That's
I
pretty
thought the
good.
fanny-
That means
that's
something very
cute.
different in English.
Yes.
I was going to say, I thought the fanny was the front.
In England.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that would be a CF. That's the name of a friend of mine, by the way. He's an artist. CF Johnson. Okay.
CF.
You don't get CF.
Don't think too hard,
Yeah,
Christy.
don't.
It'll come to you eventually. Right now, I want to say
cue.
hi to our friends at Raycon.
Oh, yeah. No, you're right.
But this is the harsher version of it.
Yeah.
What's the perfect gift for Father's Day? I've got it
I know.
right here.
Raycon earbuds.
Exactly. Come
I'll
on.
play.
The Raycon earbuds, there's a couple things about them that I like. First of all, if you get those bright colors, people can see you've got them in. So if you're walking your dog and someone comes up and starts talking to you, you kind of move your head this way and go, oh, I see. He's enjoying something other than me talking. The Raycon earbuds also, besides fitting in your ear, they'll stay in your ear. They have different sizes of, what are they called, Christy? Gel somethings?
They're gel tips.
There you go. That's the word I'm looking for. Gel tips, so that you get the size that's right for you. They'll stay in there. The sound, of course, is amazing. It's great. And these things are half the price of those little white ones that keep falling out of your ear. And they don't look as pretentious, let's face it. Raycon earbuds, 32-hour battery life, multi-point connectivity. I'll say it again, 32-hour battery life. They also have a quick charge function. If you've been a bad boy and haven't charged them, you can put them on the thing for 10 minutes. You'll have a quick 90 minutes of battery power, enough for that walk with your dog. Active noise cancellation, of course, and a variety of, they're called vibrant colors. You're going to love the Raycon earbuds so much so they guarantee it, a 30-day happiness guarantee. So not only is your life going to be better, you're going to be happy. Well, I was miserable until I started listening to this great music with my Raycon earbuds. Go to buyraycon.com/Tom. 15% off today on Raycon's best-selling everyday earbuds. And by the way, the perfect Father's Day gift. Do it today. Buyraycon.com/Tom. That's buyraycon.com/Tom. Raycon, of course, is RAYCON. Buyraycon.com/Tom. Thank you very much. Coming up today in history. A very exciting day in history.
Oh, is it?
And also, we have a great story about Lawrence Welk, the late band leader. Do you know who Lawrence Welk was?
No, not at all.
Good answer.
Yeah.
You ever ride an elevator in the 80s?
I'm sure I was on one at one point. Yeah.
Yeah. Going up or down, that probably had some Lawrence Welk music on it.
Oh, okay.
You know, that elevator music kind of thing?
Yeah.
We're going to hear from Mr. Welk and why he's famous coming up. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Hi, this is Chick McGee from the Bob and Tom Show. Thanks for watching this morning's show. To listen, just go to bobandtom.com and check out the list for a station near you, or stream the online radio station on our website and the Bob and Tom app. The Bob and Tom Show, on air, on app, and on demand.
Now, Maria, you're originally from Duluth.
Originally from Duluth.
You made the. How did you make the transfer into the transition into stand-up comedy? Did you have regular jobs?
Well, I worked as a secretary, and I missed that. I missed the camaraderie because you don't always get to see people on the road as a comedian. So yeah, I miss that. Where do you want to go for lunch? What do you want to get for lunch? Where do you want to go for lunch? I get like a sandwich, or like a salad. I mean, maybe we could just a place I get like a Diet Coke. We could go to Quiznos. Yes, we could. Yes, I like the drama, you know, like don't touch Donna's label maker. Okay, no, don't even look at it. Why? Because she bought it with her own money. Oh, enough said, sister. Why don't you tell Donna to keep her mitts off my freaking tape dispenser, which she should know is mine because it's clearly labeled. Oh. Let's get mad. Who stole my key lime pie yo play? Wasn't me. Did you eat my southwestern style lean cuisine? No. Did you eat my half chocolate rabbit I've been gnawing on for 5 years? It's basically only half a head and an ear with a soft baby blue ribbon wrapped around it because my ma gave it to me for Easter. Yes. Don't. It took you too long. I had to scrabble it up in my chops. But yeah, I used to work as a secretary for a long time.
Yes, you've been around.
Yeah, I've been around. And I used to work as a star character in a touring show. I did a Star Trek character.
Oh,
We
really?
go
What?
Wait a minute.
Mall openings and Jack in the Box promotions around the country.
Which
What
Star
character?
Trek?
Well, I was a Bajoran, which is from Deep Space Nine. Not many people.
Greetings, I'm Major Lilanka, the planet Bajor. Get the F away from me. All right.
That was most of my job.
What is the name of the tribe, the people?
The Bajorans.
So they're Armenian.
We were like the Jews of your World War II. And we were decimated by the Kardashians, which are
And the Kardashians definitely Armenian.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
They're lizard-like people. And all I have left of my parents to remember them by is this bloody paper doll. That looks like a napkin with some ketchup on it from this food court. Oh, so you're a denier of the Holocaust. I see. Well, why don't you wait for your wife to come back from the Chico's where she's buying a boxy jacket.
Maria Bamford is our guest.
This paper doll.
I haven't seen Chick look like that in a long time.
Did you ever work at a theme park as a character or anything?
They trained us at a theme park, and it was in North Carolina, so it was a place where people wore a lot of religious kind of rock star T-shirts, where they'd go like, "Come follow Christ, he's going to be seen at the mega," that kind of thing. So I did a little work there, but I'm not very good at talking to strangers. Trying to get people interested in talking to me. It was just terrible. It was mostly that, like, "Greetings, you got makeup all over your face."
You mean my genetic makeup? I'm very different from you. I'm an alien. No. I wish the Vulcans would come back from their smoke break.
Did you have...
Here's what people don't understand
go
about
on.
the Bob and Tom Show. I get to be the official greeter of our guests.
Great.
And I believe we do have a guest waiting in the green room.
Sure.
And I would like to greet officially our guest,
Well, it's Jim Gaffigan.
Hi, how are you, Christy Lee?
How are you?
I'm good.
It's so nice
It's
to
great
see
to be
you.
here.
Not set up or anything.
You know
Wow, are you
that-
on you got your own reality show?
I do. It's called Nobody Really Cares What Christy Lee Does Behind the Scenes, but we're going to show it to him anyway. Thank you, Jim. It's so good to see you.
Okay, let's move. Let's show people what you eat back here, Christy.
Oh, well, my favorite thing is right over here. This is called chocolate-covered raisins, or I call Nirvana.
Sure. Have a.
And you know what's great is the way that's set up is like there's tons of hands going in there.
Yes.
And so hands are usually covered with feces. So.
He's absolutely right.
So now you're going to ruin my favorite
Enjoy.
snack in the green room?
The treat.
Well,
There used to be soup here in the morning. What happened to the soup? There used to be different things.
He retired.
Or does it come at like 9 or
He
something?
retired. So now we have to eat things that look like feces. So that's it.
Or is it kind of...
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jess Hooker has joined us. Later on, we'll be joined
with a bad attitude today.
Oh, I don't think she has a bad attitude.
No, she's got her barf bucket, the whole thing.
Jeff Oska is there.
Yeah.
Ace Cosby. Later on, as I was saying, we'll be joined by Alli Breen. I'm Josh Arnold. There's Tom.
Thank you very much, Josh.
Yes.
Learned a lot in the last few days.
What'd you learn?
Well, let's see now. We've covered so many different things. We learned that, let's see.
Pop quiz for the last week.
The Knicks fired their coach, a guy who
Yeah, that's amazing.
rebuilt the team. They didn't do that bad.
Works.
Well, maybe he's done. He rebuilt the team, and now it's built. he can leave.
Oh, okay.
All right, that's.
I think the most important thing I learned this week, because I'd never thought of it before, but it strikes me as being so interesting, and this does not apply to Miss Hooker because her family has barf buckets. Whenever I would get sick, and my mom would give me that stainless steel
popcorn
that was the thing we served popcorn in. Yeah. And I
sure wish Dyke had said nothing about it.
I know, right? Now we're going to hear about it for the rest of the year.
That's the thing, Josh. See, this is an important revelation for me because it's so true, and yet I'd never thought. It was right in front of our faces this whole time. We'd never thought of it.
No, you hadn't thought of it.
Right.
Yeah. My kids were just talking about it the other day. They
We're
go, why did you
aware.
do that? I go, well, because what we do.
Really?
Popcorn bowls.
Okay.
Yeah.
To me, it was something that was new, and I thought it was really a profound revelation.
Have you ever grabbed anything to use and you misjudged the volume?
Yeah. Not for that, but for other things, sure.
I have I travel in the travel bag that I take with us on the road when we do live shows. I have the ones that you get from the emergency room where it's got the hard circular top and then it's plastic and it just kind of drops down. And I keep them in my travel bag.
Who's barfing on our trips?
I don't know.
Aren't those
just in case?
Aren't
All right.
those narrow? How do you get it?
It is. It's as big as. I mean, it's.
But you can get your mouth in there.
Yeah, you can get your mouth in there.
Yeah. That's a good idea.
Yeah, you never know.
Oh, okay. All right. Should we get monogram barf bags?
No.
I think you should get some
logo.
That'd be fun.
Yeah. People would love it after the show signing a monogram barf bags.
Yes.
I have a framed photo in my basement of, I'm not kidding, of barf bags from airlines across the world.
That's fun.
How strange.
Yeah, it's got like, remember that thing? We had a copy of it in here.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. I also learned this week that there's a 200-year-old condom on display at a museum in Holland.
Mm-hmm.
I learned that there's a guy that had several dozen pool floats that he stole to have intimate relations with. That struck me as being a little weird. And one of them, by the way, was of Shaq.
I don't think it's of Shaq. It's a Shaq branded lounger. I'll look it up.
Oh, that's a lot different.
I'll lounge on it.
Have you had the new Shaq-a-roni pizza?
I haven't. No.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I have a little collection of Shaq things in my office.
She sure does.
She does?
I love
yes.
Shaq. I have his cookbook, and Ace has found me. He has these gummy candies that Ace has given me.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you can suck on Shaq?
Uh-huh.
Oh, a little Shaq attack.
Oh, I bet that makes the jaw sore.
Big fella, you see.
Couple days to recover.
Okay. We learned that Mount Etna is erupting.
Is this a new segment you're trying out?
Okay, here's the Shaq inflatable.
Let's see.
It's not what I thought.
No, it's not what I. No,
it's just
you can't make out with that.
It's just kind of a big floaty with Shaq on it. I mean,
the guy's obviously looking at it while he does whatever he does.
all right.
I want like a life-size
Shaq.
inflatable Shaq.
This guy, once again, he was arrested. I imagine when he's in prison, he'll be getting probably having a nice, friendly relationship with a fellow that looks much like Shaq. Odds are.
Maybe he just lays on Shaq, and
he may be having.
All right.
Shaq. Never mind.
we were doing history. What happened?
Oh, I'm sorry. We learned that there was a possum trying to cross the Mackinac Bridge. And I got a nice letter. You asked me what I learned. I'm just telling you.
I don't know. I asked you.
I got a nice letter.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Please tell Tom, writes Dan, there's a live camera from the Riviera Motel in Mackinac City
Oh boy.
pointing at the Mackinac Bridge.
That's exciting.
This guy, anytime Tom wants to, quote, get some wood, he can.
Okay.
So it's a live cam. I'm going to have to check that out. I love those. Don't you like that every once in a while? You look at a live cam of a place you like to go and, oh, look, there's things going on right now.
Do you do that?
Sure.
Really?
Oh, yeah, look. Oh, there's a boat going out in the harbor.
Very.
Say, I wish I were doing that.
Yeah?
Okay, very good.
Oh, my gosh, Tom.
You don't daydream at all?
I've never done that, but I get the appeal. Hey, I wonder what's happening at the, this certain area of the Ozarks. Or
Yeah, there's the marina. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
Looking good.
Bridge cam. Oh, it's raining in Mackinac right now. It looks terrible. Dreary.
Don't ruin it.
Look at that.
Then you should tape it.
Watch the sunny day.
Yeah, you click on Mackinac Bridge, sunny day. The waters are calm. Time to move forward.
Barely see the bridge.
Let's check in with Christy Lee. She's at the Silac Insurance News Desk. What's happening?
Lawrence Welk didn't have a flush toilet where he grew up.
No.
The visitors to his, because it was 1800s.
Now, we have to explain to Miss Hooker. Lawrence
and
Welk.
most of our audience.
Yeah, it's not just me.
Lawrence Welk, when you were a kid, when I was a kid.
Yeah, when I was,
like
he was dead.
Well, I think he was a dead. It'd be like there were only 3 channels, and it'd be Sunday afternoon and raining, and you'd turn the TV on. That was the only thing that was on, and it was just really crappy music. And
he was a band leader, right?
A big band guy. Okay.
Yes, he was a big band leader.
And
had his television show
had
in the 50s.
very thick accent. I'm going to play a little bit of it for you. This is
from a museum.
Yeah,
bubbles.
This was recorded.
Yeah, I thought
on wax. But here, and you'll hear him do the intro.
I don't know.
There's
There
a
he
photo.
is.
You get the idea?
And wouldn't the lyrics, couldn't you sing along with a bouncing ball?
Sometimes,
yeah, depending.
Fred Armisen would do this on SNL. He did a Lawrence Welk.
Yeah, but and for some reason he had a very thick accent.
A very long baton.
What kind of accent is that?
He should be hiding out in Brazil accent.
It's interesting because he grew up in North Dakota.
Yeah, but I think he was first generation. He came over
He
from.
had to have been, yeah.
Lawrence Welk didn't have a flush toilet where he grew up, but visitors to his childhood home in rural North Dakota now do. The band leader's childhood home.
Visitors to his childhood home.
And it's
third steps.
But wait, just a second though. It has a huge number of visitors.
The latest step in the State Historical Society of North Dakota's nearly completed goal of installing flush toilets at its dozen most popular staffed sites. The most recent success, with the final 3 planned to be completed soon, come before the unveiling of a statue of Welk at a site that draws fans who recall the Lawrence Welk Show, which ran, of course, on TV for decades, starting in the 1950s.
He talks about it sometimes.
He does?
Yeah. I took a one and a two out on the floor.
He was famous, Miss Hooker. He would go a one and a two, and then ba ba ba. Yeah, does he say it in this one?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah. Let me
kind of
see.
off mic, but he says it.
Yeah, there you go.
Always the end.
But where's he from?
North Dakota.
North
No,
Dakota.
I mean, where did his family immigrate from?
Sounds like Austria.
You think so? I don't know. I can't tell.
I don't know.
It said he passed away in Santa Monica at the age of 89. God, you would never think he'd be living in a really cool place like Santa Monica.
Probably rich.
What year
Oh, yeah.
was he 89? So what year did he die?
Not too long ago.
No, that's not true.
25 years
Oh, it has to have been a while ago.
Right?
No.
92.
Okay.
That's
35 years
Yeah,
ago.
that was a long time ago.
And his biography, his autobiography is called Wonderful, Wonderful, spelled WUNNERFUL.
It's a fascinating read.
Did he have guests or did he just
Yes.
play?
Oh, no. Yeah,
he had guests.
and he had was it Myron Florian was the
And he had
accordion
his
player?
own orchestra, and he had his own dancers and singers. And the only reason I know so much about the show is because when I started my little baby TV career, I had to run the Lawrence Welk show on Saturday afternoons or Sunday afternoons or whatever day it was.
My gosh.
Christy, did I miss the amount of visitors? Tom said it's a surprising
Wasn't
amount.
in my story, Jeff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I was doing some homework
The surprising
yesterday.
amount is that there's any.
Yeah.
That's the surprising amount.
Lawrence Welk was German.
German,
His
okay.
parents
Thank you.
were German immigrants from Russia. So that it kind of explains it's a German/Russian accent
Right.
kind of.
Ludwig and Christina Welk. He was born in 1903. So, but again, it was one of the only shows on TV on a Saturday, and it's still out there.
But boy, I'm embarrassed we're talking about
I
it.
It'll-
hate you.
too.
Can we please?
But you can go to his place and, as Pat says, have a one and even a two on his toilet now.
I want to know the number of visitors. You said it was a surprising number.
Okay, give me a second. I'm looking up something else.
I don't believe there's any.
I'll look it up for you,
I bet
Jeff.
it's an accident. They just show up.
No
and
one's
they-
going.
They have to push them all in. They all come off of a van that's too short that says Shady Acres on the side.
They were sort of infamous for a while. One of the last shows, this is not a joke.
Okay. What?
This is not a joke. One of the last shows, they were infamous because they did the song One Toke Over the Line.
That was on Lawrence Welk?
Yeah.
The nice couple?
Yeah, the couple.
I've seen that video, where they clearly have no idea it's
idea it's about
They just think it's
marijuana.
kind of a biblical tune, actually.
Everything was, it was kind of that Pat Boone whitewashing of everything.
Sure.
Utterly removed of soul and feel.
Right.
A lot of accordion stuff. Of course, the best sound an accordion can make
What's that?
is when it hits the banjo in the dumpster.
I remember my grandparents dancing in the living room to Lawrence Welk.
Oh, that's
Just
nice.
3 sheets to the wind.
Oh, yeah. They
my
each had a
grandfather,
couple
too.
martinis.
Really?
Yeah.
I can't find how
Tom
many
Collins.
visitors.
And I don't have it here. I think, what didn't they call it? The champagne music maker or
Yeah,
something?
something
He had
like that.
Ace said he had the bubbles.
And he had all the
Yeah.
bubbles. This was when I was little, this was for people that were almost dead already.
Right.
Okay, you guys.
You just got to go with it.
While I was researching that,
Yeah.
the story
You fell
that he didn't give me that we're not talking about.
Yeah.
McDonald's has announced snack wraps return July 10th.
What? Tom, you gotta really
Prioritize.
Yeah.
You really have to pay
You gotta
attention.
really look
We
at
are
that.
missing.
I forgot where I was.
Oh my gosh.
Forgive me.
The fan favorite item returns after 9 years. What? We waited.
Well, I expect long lines at the drive-thru.
Today?
July 10th.
Is it today?
No,
July 10th.
Oh, I can't wait till
Well, they're
then.
lining up now.
That's a Thursday night. I know.
No,
for a
this
fact.
is this snack wrap is the McRib returns a lot more often than that.
Well,
Yeah,
no, the
I know.
McRib is an annual treat.
that's it.
Yeah.
Snack wrap hasn't been around for
Right,
9
this has
years.
been off menu.
And they were delicious.
Oh, they were so good. That barbecue chicken one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I like the ranch one, I think.
I like the
Whatever
ranch
the hell
one,
that
too.
is.
Yeah.
oh God.
Ranch improves anything.
Except Lawrence Welk.
Can't even pour ranch on that.
I'm sorry. I had the number of tourists. I can't seem to find it. It was
Yeah,
huge.
I can't find it either.
zero.
I think it's.
No,
6
no.
people would be huge.
I think you're
relatively.
seeing.
Oh, there's a drawing of a huge crew installing the
Yeah, I saw
toilet.
a drawing. There's a picture actually. It's not a drawing.
Oh, that's a photograph. I thought it was a very accurate rendition.
Oh my God.
You know what?
It just keeps getting worse.
Can't take it anymore.
Somewhere, I hope,
I know.
there is a person on this staff setting up a circle of chairs in a meeting room.
And it's
Because
today
we
at
got- we gotta-
10:15.
We got to stop.
15, yeah.
Okay, the number of workers, 23,000. No. Oh, wait a minute. No, that's not it. Never mind.
It's not in the story time. I already read it.
No, it was in another story that I had. I'll
Okay.
find it. It was huge. I mean, it generates hundreds of thousands of dollars. in fees.
I love you, buddy.
So
but
full of it.
God.
Wait a minute. Did you find it? All right, here we go. It seems someone has actually found it.
They have the names of the visitors.
Everyone,
This will be a quick read.
everyone who visited the Lawrence Welk Museum.
While there is no precise annual visitor count publicly available,
Because it's too embarrassing to print.
visitor numbers have declined significantly since the early 1990s.
Well, they are passing away.
Even the kids.
It's dropped to about 500.
500? And he said it was astronomical.
You won't believe.
A year.
In Tom's defense, that's way more than I thought.
Yeah.
That's more than one a day, you jerks.
More than one a day.
So no, of course they have to. Of course they have to install a toilet. I'm sure they probably charge a couple of bucks to get in.
Now
Why
that
are they
they've got
installing a
toilets-
toilet when most of the visitors are wearing diapers?
And you didn't want to do the story, you bastard.
There is a daily counter on the visitors, too. That's a one.
That's a tour.
That's a two. Oh, I never get to say a 3.
Maybe if I did some of the reggae.
It's just some guy standing at the door blowing bubbles on you.
Jason, can you see? Jason, see if you can find them doing One Toke Over the Line, the Brewer and Shipley classic with Lawrence Welk. I that's a must hear.
It's a sweet older couple.
Oh
yeah.
God.
And then, they're just
coming up.
Some of the bands they did have some young people that were, unbelievably non-hip for that era. It's 1971, and they look like they just walked out of the 40s.
They parodied this on SNL a lot with
What
the
was
lady
the main
with the little
joke?
hands.
Right,
Remember they did that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
One and a two and a... Well, it's time for a break.
Well, that was fun.
Would you like a little Java House? Hey, Lawrence, I got a decaf for you.
Amazingly
Java
smooth.
House. Say, I've got some bubbles. You could put bubbles in your Java House.
yeah, you can.
Oh, that's right. Because let's face it, Java House doesn't. They don't just do coffee and tea. Are you kidding me? They have energy drinks. They have hydration drinks. Perhaps if I had one, I'd be more hydrated. Would be able to speak and think. I doubt it, but I'll try. Java House. Well, what's this right here? Oh, thank you.
That's so good.
That's the amazingly smooth tea that I'm having right now. Java House, and this portion of the Bob and Tom Show brought to you by Java House, revolutionizing coffee, tea, etc. at your office and at home. You have these pods. Where did I put? Well, here we go. Here's one right here. It looks kind of like a Keurig pod, but you don't have to put it in a machine. No newfangled, complicated devices, ladies and gentlemen. You just peel and pour. And by the way, these cups are very environmentally friendly, which is not the case with most of the Keurig stuff. Now, if that's significant for you, how about the amazingly smooth taste? That'll be significant. This is the perfect solution for your office break room or for your house, especially when you're traveling. You want to have some in the car. Peel and pour. Break up with your office brewer. Visit javahouse.com. There's a little thing you can click on. It says Java House for your office. Hit that tab and sign up for a free in-office demo. Get all the details, javahouse.com, Java, javahouse.com. The official coffee, the official beverages of the Bob and Tom Show. We hope to come back with more Lawrence Welk news.
All right.
And don't let me not do Today in History because it's a really good day.
All
Yesterday,
right.
not so much.
Okay.
Today, big time.
That has to be next break.
Okay, thank you very much. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. And if I don't urinate, this is going to be a marina. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
Last time you were here,
yes,
you got talking about catchphrases.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not even sure you remember this.
In fact,
I remember it.
we actually use it.
We use it a lot.
Right now.
And
How's that working for you?
You know, I got to say that, I'm a comic, so everything, and when I improvise something, it's a throwaway. And I'm certain that I've thrown away my career and the potential for a decent career 100 times. I've had people say to me, that big bean bit, the funniest thing I have, and I don't know what
they're talking about.
Because it's like, I got my stuff, and then I got because you had that guy on from Bruce Springsteen earlier.
Joe Nelson.
And he was talking about working with the boss, and the boss way he works a set list. That's me.
Yeah.
I don't mean to say I'm like Bruce Springsteen, but I'm like Bruce Springsteen.
Okay.
You change it up every
I
night.
have a set list, and then I'm willing to.
Then you never follow it. Yeah.
I'll do what I need to do. I'll do whatever I got. It's like making love,
But you do it
right now.
Oh, that's right.
See, we love that phrase, and you've given it up. Then we were hoping.
I did it, and when I did,
there's no right now T-shirts.
When I did the Bob and Tom Show tour, I don't know if I told you I did it.
Sure.
And Chick introduced me, he introduced me with that catchphrase.
Oh, yeah. It's starting. It's starting.
Is it sweeping America?
And
We'll bring you back on the tour, but only if we can do the right now thing.
Oh, look!
Could I hear
what I gotta do?
Could I hear the baked bean bit right now?
Because sometimes my mom used to make baked beans with her special sauce.
Yeah.
Which was mustard, ketchup, and sugar. And she would, she goes, go on to the dinner, come here right now. Right now. And she had this really deep voice. That's before she stopped smoking.
Yeah.
She was a Pall Mall babe.
Wow. Did the sugar make the beans
Brown sugar.
Sweet?
It was a brown sugar. It was like the best thing in the world. And my father was overweight, and so my father, and no matter what, she couldn't do any wrong. This is the greatest thing I ever, it's mustard and ketchup and
brown sugar.
A lot of sugar in there.
And some Campbell's baked beans. And he we could have, if God bless my father, may he rest in peace. He would have been happy with a trough.
Fill it with oats.
And I'll tell you something. My father lived for dinner.
Did he?
Mustard?
Yeah.
Because my father, my father was. He was a real man. He was a Marine Corps lieutenant colonel. We've talked about this before.
Sure. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
My father was in World War II. My grandfather, World War I. I enlisted in the Army out of high school, just missed Vietnam, but I was in time for our country's war on drugs.
How'd you do?
Technically, I fought for the other side.
We have to take a break right now. Right now. Now, when you first got out of the Marines, didn't you have to be an usher like at your sister's wedding or something? What was that story?
Right. When you come out of boot, first of all, let me just say I was engaged once. And the girl kept the ring.
Oh, no.
That was 2 hours of salary gone. All right. No. When you come out of boot camp, you're ready for anything. I mean, you know what I mean? Outstanding. That's the attitude. Outstanding. That's the Marine Corps. When I came out of boot camp, my sister got married. She had me seat the people at her wedding. They'd come walking up to me in front of the church like, oh, you must be Patricia's brother. Sit down. Shut your pie hole. I don't want to be your friend. 200 people showed up. I put them all in the same row. Tighten it up. We don't have all day. We are totally uncomfortable. Outstanding. Shut your cake, hole, or pie. What do you eat, cake or pie?
Oh, my God.
Comedian Greg Hunt.
Why can't we have single vows? How about some single vows?
Single vows?
I vow to be single?
How would
Just
that
some
work?
vows, do you promise to sit all by yourself in your quiet apartment with your frozen dinner and your stupid pet fish? Yeah! Never have a ride to or from the airport? Yeah! Sign me up! Park the lot 88Z, schlepping your stuff.
But I want to clarify for Christy, because I know Christy's a big Catholic, and I grew up Catholic. I was an altar boy as a kid, and I think Jesus is a great role model, but I think he's kind of like the popular guy in high school where everyone says they're his friend, but he wouldn't name you as one of his best friends.
Yeah.
Like if you asked him who his best friends were, he'd be like Gandhi, Martin Luther King Jr., Matt Damon. And you'd be like, what about Mike Birbiglia? He'd be like, I feel like I recognize his face if I saw him, but the name doesn't ring a bell. Jesus has a lot of Twitter followers.
He does.
Actually.
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
You know what? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna have a wedding agreement I'm putting together right now. I've been writing it over here. The girl's gonna have to sign this before I get married.
Okay.
Number
what do you
one,
have? Yeah.
at no time will your rear end be whiter than your shoulders. Okay. Number two, your eyebrows will number 2. Normal size, not super skinny or painted on, thus reflecting mental illness.
It's all making good sense so far.
So far, keep going,
We will have a dog for me to play with and for you to care for. Same with children.
By the way, Greg is serious about that. We've had that conversation where you don't say that in joke form.
No.
You don't do your version where you've said to me, I want a girl to marry who we can get a dog and she'll take care of the dog when I go on the road. And that's one of your prerequisites.
And pick me up at the airport in your SUV.
You've had this conversation.
Why limit it to an SUV? Why not a limo?
Because you want to drive it.
Limo's a good idea, Bob. Good idea. I like limos.
Hey, it's the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jess Hooker, Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby, and me, Josh Arnold, are all here under the tutelage of Tom Griswold.
We have to get to Today in History. Sorry, I'm trying to do 6 things at once.
Well, we know.
Don't do one thing.
I can't do one thing at once. Just remind me to do Today in History, okay?
Right. Hey, Tom, do Today in History.
No, we can't because we have to do this Lawrence Welk
Swear
thing
to
first.
God.
Now, can you give me just a quick update on the Lawrence Welk story?
Lawrence Welk did not have a flush toilet growing up, but his childhood family home now does because the State Historical Society of North Dakota has completed their goal of installing flush toilets in his home.
This is like a hostage statement.
It is.
I feel like a hostage.
Reading it against your will.
Now, I want you to listen to this
All right.
real quick. Great song. Remember this one?
Absolutely.
I know it because I heard it here.
This
One
is,
toke over
this is
the
a
line.
band called Brewer and Shipley, Miss Hooker. Pay attention here now. You ever hear this? Toke over the line, sitting on the ground at a railway station. Okay, great song.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Brewer and Shipley, One Toke Over the Line.
Okay.
Waiting for the train to go home, sweet Mary.
Yeah,
There's a lot of biblical references.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So you might miss the
Right.
And for a while they claimed it was about throwing tokens at the subway. It's
about smoking pot.
Too
Yes.
much. One puff over the line.
Right.
Yeah. Now, this is Lawrence Welk's band. We were talking about Mr. Welk, born, what was it, 1903, and the really sanitized versions of everything, really unhip and arrhythmic, if you will. This is his version.
Ugh.
See, and they're singing it like it's a song about Jesus.
Yeah, they're a sweet couple who just, they don't know.
They didn't know.
They have no
Yeah,
idea.
their teeth
Sunday night
their
on
teeth
TV.
look like white neon. You know, there's just yeah, they're very, very clean.
And this aired?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's a classic.
Now
They
we
didn't,
have a-
they didn't realize what that was.
Mildly amusing anecdote.
Hey, how's history?
Oh, I'm not going to tell you now.
Come
Really?
on.
Okay, you talked me into it.
Come on.
I have to have the music or I can't get in the mood.
There it is.
There we go.
You'll like this one, Josh.
Okay.
Henry Ford drove his first automobile behind his house in Detroit on this date in 1896. Do you know what it was called?
Was it the Model A? Or
No.
the Model T?
No.
Oh.
The F-149. No, it was called, oddly enough, it wasn't even called an automobile or a car.
Oh, was it called a horseless carriage?
No, it was referred to as that. It was actually, he called it a quadricycle.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yeah. I remember hearing that somewhere. The quadricycle.
Which,
It makes sense. There are 4 wheels.
Yeah.
it's such an odd word.
Yeah.
We have, actually, I was just thinking, you know, it's, the quadricycle, it sounds like if the 4 ladies who work here were all synced up.
It happens.
I'll tell you what, there's a tampon explosion in the other building. That's the quadricycle. A friend of ours was at the following event. I was not there. I had friends that were there in 1974, Cleveland Municipal Stadium. They did 10-cent beer night.
Oh, that was legendary.
The then Cleveland Indians baseball team had to forfeit the game because fans became unruly and stormed the field. You want to know why?
Why?
10-cent beer night. God, do the math. Really? It did not end well. Now, there's the sequel to that. You remember this one? It was Lansing Lugnuts. They did 10-cent weed night.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and people sat there for 13 hours listening to jams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was just awesome. Yeah. There's a game going on. Who cares? They're playing the Grateful Dead. This is interesting. In 1976, the so-called gig that changed the world. Anybody know who played?
Gig that changed the world.
It was in Manchester, England in 1976.
I was 16. Was
I don't
it
know.
Peter Frampton?
Nope.
David Bowie.
Nope. It was the Sex Pistols.
76?
And the famous story is that in the audience there were 40 people, including Morrissey, 2 guys from the Buzzcocks, 2 guys from Joy Division, and Mark E. Smith from The Fall. It's known as the day the punk era began.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So I never got it. It never really took off in the States. The Sex Pistols got no airplay for a good reason.
I'm a fan of all that stuff. I like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I like punk.
Well, the alternate headline, the gig that stopped guitarists from thinking they needed to know more than 2 chords. On a lighter note, 1994, Born in the USA, released by Bruce Springsteen. On a not-so-light note, Tiananmen Square Massacre, 1989. Anyone?
Yeah, we all know what it is.
Yeah, it was a tough day.
Yeah.
Thanks for the memories.
Yeah, thank you. Schwinn versus Tank. Tank win. Happy birthday to the great actor Bruce Dern.
Oh, you're right.
Laura
Great
Dern's
actor.
dad, right?
Yeah. Yes, but also he's very funny.
Love Bruce Dern.
What was he in? For us who don't.
Nebraska?
You'd recognize him right away.
As an older man, Nebraska, and Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, but...
King of Marvin Gardens with Jack Nicholson.
Coming Home.
Oh,
you'd probably recognize
the
him.
American Vet movie, yeah.
Yeah.
It's great actor. Keith David, born in
Another great actor.
Not to be confused with David Keith.
Right. Keith David was the
black dude
in There's Something About Mary during the Wieners.
Oh, yeah.
The Franks and Beans scene. Yeah.
And David Keith is the guy from Top Gun?
Officer and a Gentleman.
Officer and Gentleman. Yeah. David Keith's got that Keith David has the James Earl Jones-esque pipes. And I love this next fact. 1969, the very fine comedian and actor Horatio Sands.
Yeah, I like him too.
Absolutely true fact. He was in an improv group.
I did improv with him.
And when he left the group to go do Saturday Night Live, they changed the name of the group to Sans Horatio.
Well, that's very funny.
Very nice.
Yeah, we did improv together at a Del Close festival. He was.
Oh wow, cool.
You guys did?
Yeah, it was like a bunch of people from around the country. And we ended up doing a scene together.
Do you know who Horatio was, Christy?
No.
He was kind of heavy set, but he lost a bunch of weight. Had kind of like an hourglass figure, and they used to say,
you may have
the sands through the hourglass.
Oh my gosh! He and Fallon would break each other up a lot
all the time. Yeah.
Happy birthday, friend of the show, T.J. Miller. Had a couple of issues there, but he's a very funny guy.
Oh, I know who this guy is, Horatio Sands.
Yeah, he's great. He's terrific. Okay, well, that pretty much covers it. And we've covered Lawrence Welk one and 2 times. And we're done with Lawrence Welk until it's his birthday again. I certainly look forward to that.
He has no more birthdays.
It was not his birthday.
No, it's a toilet story,
It was a toilet story.
More than 500 visitors a year.
Oh boy!
And they spent how many?
A lot.
They spent like
thousands to put.
They spent like $100,000 to put a toilet in his house.
I don't think it was $100,000. I think that was all of the sites in the whole state of North Dakota.
Oh,
not just in his boyhood home.
That would be insane.
That would be insane, Tom, even by today's prices.
Well, they had to put a toilet in. They got to cook it up to the sewer. Hell, the permit.
Install a bubble machine in the bathroom.
A friend of mine.
I bet it's on septic.
A friend of mine is hooking up a permit to a house.
Yeah.
I mean, so he's hooking up a sewer. The permit was more than $10,000. That's the permit. Then you still got to dig it and put the pipe in.
I'm well aware of this.
$10,000.
Mm-hmm.
The building permit was $28,000.
I can dig it.
Yeah. You can dig it?
I can.
He can dig it. She can dig it. We can dig it. We can dig the fact that we're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
Alex and Christian are both great competitors. That doesn't always translate to a smooth workplace. Hydrate, hydrate. Boom. Productivity around here. Not smooth. Excuse me 1 second, guys. That's it. One of you get me a coffee.
Want a barista quality coffee fast? With Java House, you just peel, pour, and enjoy. No complicated brewer needed. Amazingly
Smooth.
Not smooth.
Oh, how I do get sentimental about me carefree days as a lad. We never had toys that were store-bought. We would improvise with things that we had. We made forts out of cardboard boxes. Yardsticks were swords or were spears. But of all these things, none gave the hours of fun like me mother's gigantic brassiere. Oh, me mother's, oh, me mother's, me mother's gigantic brassiere. It was of the finest label, canvas, lace, and stainless cable. Me mother's gigantic brassiere. Yeah! Oh, I leapt from the roof of the garage, though I was but 6 or 7 years. Oh, I would have broke me back, but I clung fast to the straps of me mother's gigantic brassiere. Oh, me mother's, oh, me mother's, me mother's gigantic brassiere. Wing nuts, cleats, and spoiler, brass grommets, and cup holder on me mother's gigantic brassiere. We tied the bra between 2 trees. The neighbor boys, they did declare. We ended the attack with 6 pumpkins and 2 cats flung from me mother's gigantic brassiere. Oh, me mother's, oh, me mother's, me mother's gigantic brassiere. Delicate flower appliques, 8-track tape and safety chains on me mother's gigantic brassiere. One time we used it to slow down our dragster or parasail behind our boat. Then there was the time it was used to airlift an injured skier off a treacherous mountain slope. But most I think of my father's pride when wash day it was done, as he hoisted it up the telephone pole to billow in the sun. Oh, me mother's, oh, me mother's, me mother's gigantic brassiere. With an awning and screen door, could sleep 2 family of 4. It's me mother's gigantic brassiere. Oh, me mother's, oh, me mother's, me mother's gigantic brassiere. Reinforced hydraulic winch, reflective tape, and 3-point hitch on me mother's gigantic brassiere.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP member. First step, click the link at bobandtom.com.
Hey, Bob and Tom Show USA. Indianapolis Motor Speedway, Larry King.
Wow. Larry. Nice to see you.
Let me sit down here. Ouch, my back.
Wow. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow. Hey, you know, you're giving off a weird vibe when the Walmart greeter tells you to pound sand up your butt. Dot. Hey, what's with Cher and the Sunny thing all of a sudden? Would somebody tell me anything? Anybody else now think the C word was invented because of her? Cher, of course.
Yes.
And how about that Carol Channing thing, huh?
Yeah.
I guess she was singing "Hello, Dildo."
Hello, dildo.
Yeah, man.
Hello, dildo.
Yes, it's just
Only
good
got
stuff.
married. Only got it twice in a
Twice in 41 years of marriage.
Wow, she needs Viagra. And I said it before, but never address an Indian in war paint as Chief Big Pussy.
Don't do it. Just don't do it.
And finally, I gotta say, kids, it's been a stone gas being here, by the way. I gotta say, this body-piercing craze is getting out of control. You know, studs through the tongue, rings through the nose, eyebrows, the nipples, the belly button, and now a series of interlocking rings and hoops through my schwanz. Oh, did I say my schwanz? Oh, somebody stop me. You know how embarrassing it is to go through the metal detector?
I'm sure.
Larry King, you've got a solid nickel's worth, kids.
Thanks.
I'm out. Peace out.
Peace out, Larry.
I got to catch a plane.
Thanks very much, Larry.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios.
Correction coming.
Christy Lee is at the Silac Insurance Company news desk. Pat Godwin's at his.
I'm at her side.
Yes, thank you.
Always.
Keyboard and guitar there. Jessica Alsman has joined us.
Hi.
Jeff Oskey's there.
Hi, buddy.
Ace Cosby's at the controls. Hey, I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom.
We were talking about the Lawrence Welk home in North Dakota, where they've just installed a toilet for the first time. And you were mocking it because it only had approximately 500 visitors annually.
Not the only reason we're mocking.
Apparently, they now estimate increasing attendance to up to 1,000 people a year.
Wow.
A year?
Yeah.
Woo.
Okay.
By putting in a toilet, they're going to get 1,000 people.
So 3 people a day.
Isn't that wild?
Woo!
So it means there's to be somebody there.
No. That place, I promise you, that place is open Monday to Wednesday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m.
They said it was staffed. That's why they put a toilet there.
Well, staffed, it has to be. Yeah. It can be staffed for 2 hours a day and be.
It's open. God, Josh, it's open Thursdays through Sundays, 10 to 5.
Yeah, I mean, it's.
Wow. That makes sense.
Offering insights into 20th century prairie life. So you Lawrence Welk fans, I imagine.
Have your health assistant push you over there? Check it out.
Yeah.
Everybody get out of the van.
Yeah, I guarantee they had to widen some walls and put a ramp in. Okay, I'm so sorry. Let's move forward here. Coming up, it'll be sexy time with Alli Breen. But right now, it's Christy Lee at the Silac Insurance News Desk. What's happening?
An OnlyFans model is sharing some of the more unusual custom requests she receives from her subscribers. A 35-year-old Ms. Alex Lynx says she creates what she calls crazy custom videos, ranging from role play as a magic genie to performing in imaginary quicksand. One man paid for a 20-minute video of her simply measuring her nose and noted, quote, "I was not even naked."
Wow.
In another request, a customer mailed her giant balloons and asked her to inflate and bounce on them inside her living room. I guarantee you she was probably naked on that one.
Oh, I don't know. Probably. I mean, maybe the guy just wants the anticipation of are they going to pop or not?
Yeah. Ms. Link says she views the content as a form of performance art, adding, quote, "You can't really put a price on that kind of experience." By the way, she charges between $700 and $2,500 for 5 minutes of custom footage, depending on the request.
Good Lord.
Oh, my gosh. I would do it for like $5. That's insane.
Go ahead. You're leaving money on the table then.
Custom bad acting. Oh, I failed as an actress, so now I will perform for you. Send your requests. Like, my God.
One guy must have had a nose fetish.
Yeah. But 20 minutes
of just
measuring her nose?
Oh, it was 20 minutes of not the balloons. It was the nose.
No, the nose measuring.
So does she have to do the nostril holes as well?
Probably the whole.
And
One thing was on Real Sex once. I saw videos about that.
Yeah.
Mhm. That's a thing.
But do they pop?
Some of them. Sometimes that's the whole thing.
Wild.
They want them to pop.
Does Miss Lynx spell her name with 3 X's?
No, but Lynx.
Wow, that is so weird. But I mean, that's the whole point of this story is that people ask for crazy things and she'll do them if the price is right.
In a way, I don't know. Is it good that there's an outlet for some of the more niche fetishes? Probably.
Have you seen the smash fetish where like the girls will sit on a cake?
No.
That's a big thing.
Really?
Right now.
Ooh.
Yeah, they'll get like a birthday cake and put on a thong and sit down on the cake. They
just want to
smoosh it.
Yeah, how fascinating.
Yeah.
What happened when that person was 4?
Yeah, she has to fart to blow out the candles first.
Oh, and this woman is very attractive, by the way. She's like a very
really something.
Kind of an exotic look.
Oh, what's exotic mean?
She's got the
there she is.
puffy lips.
She doesn't look exotic. She's
busty. She's the opposite of exotic.
Yeah,
the Barbie look. She's the
It's like
whitest.
every girl
yeah.
on the
She
north
is a
side of
Barbie
town.
doll.
She's exotic to Tom because she has a shape.
She has boobs.
No. I'm looking at a different photograph. She's got those big puffy lips where
If
you
you
have.
were looking at her negative, maybe that would be
So she's
exotic.
had injections in the lips, basically, and maybe a boob job. And
She's very voluptuous.
See, and the photograph I have, she's wearing an overcoat. I can't tell. But, I would say she's got kind of an exotic appeal.
Okay.
But, I mean, in other words, she's not, just some dog measuring her nose.
No, she isn't.
I guess she doesn't have like this dog face. My dog has both of them have relatively long snouts.
Poodle noses, yes.
And my golden retriever gets very upset if I mention how big his nose is.
Oh, really?
Oh, yes.
You shy?
Oh, yeah. He goes, stop it. But being around me is his favorite thing, by the way. So I mean, 20 minutes. Yeah, it says 20 minutes measuring my nose, and as Christy says, I wasn't even naked.
2,500 bones for on the high end of the custom. That's boy, oh boy,
It's a lot of money.
But she says in this article, you read the quote. Ms. Link says you can't really put a price on that experience, but she does.
yeah.
Yeah, but that's the thing. If you're that specific in your fetish, you will pay.
Right, because you can't get that anywhere.
Right.
I have a letter from a listener. His name is Jim. Dear friendly radio folks and Tom, about 10 years ago, I was a pizza delivery guy in Pennsylvania. Every weekend, I would have at least a few deliveries to the local elderly living high-rise.
All right.
As I would walk through the hallway to the apartment I was delivering to, you could hear the Lawrence Welk Show blaring full volume from nearly every doorway. All the old folks watching at the same time. I thought it was hilarious.
I mean, we'll be doing the same thing.
No, we won't.
Down the road, it'll just be a different show.
Saturday Night Live reruns, you think?
It'll be Mick Jagger celebrating his 100th birthday with Keith.
It's coming up.
It's coming up.
How did you stay alive? Well, now we're going to play some music for you. This is called Start Me Up. That's the Viagra.
Speaking of 100, the iconic Goodyear blimp turning 100. To celebrate, the company sending its airships on a centennial flight over Ohio. The Akron-based Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company commemorating the anniversary of its very first blimp named Pilgrim, which took its maiden voyage June 3rd, 1925, just outside the city of Akron. The early airship launched what would become a legendary aerial advertising and aviation legacy, with Goodyear blimps becoming staples of sporting events, parades, and pop culture for generations. Goodyear, by the way, has operated more than 300 airships over the past century, evolving from early helium-filled vessels to today's high-tech semi-rigid airships that cruise.
It's like I'm in a 4th grade class and somebody's did a report on blimps.
Over 1,500
It's the
feet in
100th
air.
birthday. Don't you love seeing the blimp?
I like history.
Yeah, but when you're driving down the street, don't you go, look, it's the Goodyear blimp.
I sure
Josh?
don't. No,
You don't.
Christy, I'm not mad at you. But my God.
I think it's a cultural icon.
Did you guys get to ride in the blimp before that?
Yes. I have ridden in the Goodyear blimp.
That's so
I have
cool.
peed in the Goodyear blimp.
They have a restroom up there?
There's a funnel and a hose.
Oh.
And it's pretty high, so it, for the most part, dissipates before it hits
For the most part.
evil people like Josh. What's that?
I'd rather be pissed on than sit here.
Well, for $150, that's my normal fee.
$10 over here.
I don't get a discount.
No, $200 if I do it from the ladder. That way, I get more of a splash. I love the Goodyear. I love all that stuff.
It was exciting.
Going to a game and you see the Goodyear blimp.
It would fly over our house sometimes, going to wherever it needs to go, and we'd all get excited. It's like, come on out, kids.
And being on it was really cool.
Well, that's because didn't you grew up in like a wheat
in the country?
field.
Yeah. There's bean fields and cornfields. Thank you.
And when you go to the thing, you go to this giant airfield, and it's tethered down. And it is enormous. Of course.
Give rides to the public? Like, can you buy a ticket to get on this?
I think you can for certain charities. I think will offer it, but it was just so cool, and I highly recommend if you ever get a chance to do it. It's kind of like being in a sailboat, but you're way up in the sky.
We are listening to a madman.
I've never been in a sailboat either, so I'm very excited. Like, tell me more.
Oh,
I know. I haven't lived.
No, you haven't. That's so sad. Now we've got coming up. We're going to be talking with our friends from the world of sexuality.
Finally, something that's in our realm.
Oh, Lawrence Welk, by all accounts.
Yeah, threw it out there.
Oh, and a
true cocksman.
Yes, and it went from both North Dakota to South Dakota. This guy was gifted. Yes. Right now, I want to say hello to our friends at Simply Safe. Simply Safe, we've got it right here in our studios. What I'm talking about are those cameras over there and out front as well, so we can see what's going on all around the building, as a matter of fact. Simply Safe is the home security system and the office security system you should look into. By the way, once again voted #1 in customer service by Newsweek and USA Today, and voted #1 by CNET as the best home security system. You can install it yourself. You pick what you want to have alarmed, and you can do it yourself, or you can have one of their technicians do it for you. They also have something new called Active Guard Outdoor Protection, using AI-powered cameras hooked up with monitoring agents that can detect suspicious activity around your property. Get all the details by visiting simplysafetom.com. And by the way, today you can claim 50% off a new system if you get that professional monitoring plan. And by the way, you'll also get your first month of that for free. Those plans start at about $1 a day. So find out all about Simply Safe. There is a 60-day money-back guarantee. Just visit simplysafetom.com. And remember, there's no safe like Simply Safe. Coming up, it'll be Sexy Time with Alli Breen. We're in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.
Break up with your brewer. Switch to Java House. Amazingly smooth barista quality cold brew in seconds with no equipment required. Just peel and pour over hot or cold water. Effortlessly easy. Coffee, teas, hydration and energy drinks, hot cocoa and more. Order online at javahouse.com. Java House, the official coffee and refreshments of the Bob and Tom Show.
Now, what kind of vacations do you get? And since you travel so much, Jim, I would imagine that
a vacation
would be staying home.
Yes.
I know last summer you had you
went camping.
Your semi-disastrous camping experience.
It's my wife. I married this woman who loves to camp, and I'm indoorsy.
Yeah,
you know. She always brings up camping's a tradition in my family. I'm like, hey, it was a tradition in everyone's family till we came up with the house.
Yeah.
My parents never took me camping. You know why? Because they loved me. You know? If it's so great outside, why are all the bugs trying to get in my house?
How true.
Boy, I'm with you on that.
Happy camper. Has anyone ever really been a happy camper? Because whenever we use that term, we're being sarcastic.
Yeah.
He is not a happy camper. Well, why don't we just call him a camper? He's miserable. You know who's a happy camper? The guy leaving the campsite. He's the happiest camper. He gets to take a shower.
Yeah.
It's a camping thing.
Camping.
Are you a shower man versus a bathtub man?
I'm a neither. I'd rather do nothing.
Yeah, just lay in bed.
The shower, yeah, definitely. The bath thing, that seems like a lot of work.
It does.
That just seems, I don't know.
You have to wait.
Yeah, it's just you gotta figure out. You gotta stand up.
Mm-hmm.
It's like once I'm standing, I don't want to have to, sit down and then stand again. I'm that lazy. And chick's like,
brilliant. You are talking my language. I never thought of that before.
And when you stand up out of a bath, don't you have all the suds on you too?
Yeah.
You're sitting in all that.
Then you got to go take a shower to clean out.
Then you have to rinse off.
Take a shower. I don't understand it.
And they're slippery. Old people get themselves broken hips all the time in them.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I hate bathtub showers more than anything.
Relaxing.
No, they're not.
No.
Yes, they are.
Men want to primarily do physics experiments involving flatulence. Basic stuff.
Oh, yeah. It really does bubble. How about that?
Hold a match to the surface of the water, that sort of thing.
I would have never thought of that.
I've not thought of that either.
This is the first show
Now
in a
you're
long
gonna
time.
wanna take a bath.
I'm going to have to take a bath to see if it works
I
now.
have to take notes.
You guys don't take baths with your significant others?
Well, sure. I mean, I've done that.
Not if you want them to stay your significant others. Honey, let's take a bath. Why don't you do that? I can check out Sports Center.
You know what Christy wants? She wants a bubble bath
And some sodomy.
That's exactly right.
No.
See, we have to
You
explain.
have to be very careful what we say and it's taken out of context.
Family-friendly show.
That doesn't work. See, people don't realize that Christy didn't actually say that. Chick
And
has
some sodomy.
Well, who is that then?
No, but I mean, she said it in a different
We were
context.
talking about something totally different.
You have it on tape.
Isolated,
You just keep playing it, right?
Yes.
I don't know what you're talking. Do you see me moving?
Christy, what do you
And
want
some
for
sodomy.
Christmas?
Well,
now, Jim, now you're
I
playing.
want some nice.
No, don't play
Christy
the
wants some
game.
perfume.
And some sodomy.
Okay. Wow. Do I have to come over there? I'm not feeling well.
All right.
That won't be on the TV show.
No.
When you become a Bob and Tom VIP member, you get more and less.
Wait, what? Which one is it? More or less?
It's both. VIP members get more stuff to hear and less commercials to not hear.
So Bob and Tom VIP is a good deal?
Yeah, more or less.
Become a Bob and Tom VIP member. First step, click the link at bobandtom.com.
Welcome back to the Bob and Tom Show, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Christy Lee's there.
Hi.
Hi, Pat Godwin.
Hello, Josh.
Jessica Alsman has joined us.
Hello.
Jeff Oskey is across the way.
That's right.
Hi, Ace Cosby. Hi. I'm Josh Arnold, and Tom, we may or may not get hooked up eventually with Alli Breen. We're waiting to hear in regards to
Well,
sex
I have an important letter here.
Oh, okay, good.
Boy.
I'll talk to you, Jessica.
Yes.
Now, I ran this by the other Jess, and she didn't get it, didn't understand it. Josh doesn't think it's interesting. I found it absolutely fascinating. Our guest yesterday, Dyke Sanders.
Dyke Michaels.
Sorry.
Harry Sanders.
Dyke Michaels. He was really funny. I really liked him.
Yeah, good.
Such a
couldn't even remember his name.
I'm kidding. He's such a nice guy. But he made this observation. I just thought it was so interesting because I've lived my whole life, and this happened to me, and I never thought about it until just now when he mentioned it. And it is the following: that when he was a kid, if he had to throw up, his family they would give him the same bowl that you get popcorn in. In my case, it was the stainless steel bowl, and that was, hey, you're feeling sick, quick, and you'd grab the popcorn bowl.
Yeah.
Which was the experience of almost all of us. Apparently not you now.
No, it was here's a trash can.
Really?
And it might be the trash can full of like nasty stuff, which doesn't help when you're nauseous.
Well, if you need to puke, it does help. Yeah.
Okay, now Gregory.
Hi, Gregory.
Kind enough to write. He had a somewhat dissimilar experience. Our son woke up in the middle of the night saying he had to puke. It was dark. My wife ran into the kitchen, grabbed the first thing she came to. After vomiting, we turned on the lights. She had grabbed a colander.
Oh,
no! The good news, no chunks made it onto the bed.
Oh,
man.
My goodness.
Oh, well.
Boy, that...
At least you edited out the chunks. It's always something, always a bright side. Okay, let's hook up the satellite and go to New York City, where we have the lovely Alli Breen. And hi, Alli, how are you today?
Good. How are you guys?
Good.
Doing well.
Got your big glasses on. I'm just getting used to them.
Oh, yeah, me too.
Okay. Yeah, they do look very, very, very nice.
Oh,
and the name of the show is Sexy Time. And it's all about trying to help people with their love lives and their pursuits, et cetera, et cetera. Let's just get right to our letters. What have you got?
Dear Alli, I just found an AirTag in my car dashboard, and I asked my girlfriend if she put it there, and she said yes, just in case the car ever gets towed or stolen, so we know where it is. But she never told me she was doing that, so I feel like she was actually checking up on me. It makes a noise every time I get in the car, but if I didn't do that, I don't think she ever would have come clean. How big of a red flag is this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say whether or not she's being honest.
She's not.
That's legit, but I think she should have said something.
Yeah,
right?
if it were that reason, she would have said.
I mean, that's smart to do that.
Yeah, it is.
If you're the owner of the car, but it's just your friend.
I don't. Yeah.
His girlfriend?
Yeah.
Girlfriend, yeah.
Like, you guys should co-own the tag together if that was the case.
Not even owning it. Just matters, hey, by the way, I put an AirTag in your car just in case it gets stolen.
And I can monitor every move you make and know exactly where you are.
But there's a thing you can do with your cell phone anyway, right?
Yeah, you could, if the person has it on, if you have your locations on. I don't keep mine on, but if you do, somebody can find you.
I have no idea. They're more than welcome.
Wait, you can track someone else through location?
Yeah.
If they have to agree. Find my people or.
Yeah, well, I know people will do that with their kids, so they know where they are. Yeah, I don't. Whatever. Go ahead. But.
Yeah, who cares if the car gets stolen? Let it get stolen. You get a new car. Insurance covers it.
No. That's the dumbest thing you've ever said, and that's a big warehouse.
That's not the dumbest. Just wait. We've got more time.
That's a big warehouse of things. Not as big as mine.
I'd take it out, I think, if it made a noise every time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, why does it make a noise?
If you take it out and she throws a fit, you probably know where she's at.
I think it does make a noise. I know when I go near an AirTag, it'll chirp sometimes.
Huh.
I don't think it always does, but it does occasionally.
Really?
I don't know. I think it's great, though, because it's literally, you can stalk someone and have plausible deniability after the fact. Be like, oh, I was just protecting you. Like,
No. But if you're going to do that, you should say to the person, I'm doing that. But having a car stolen, I've been through that. No. The insurance company doesn't just hand you a new car.
Well, after 2 weeks, they won't.
And it's, first of all, it's in my case, it was 30 days, and you don't get as nice of a car.
Well.
I thought that Jess was right. I thought you got like a nicer one. Usually,
No.
That they,
Or at least
No.
the value of your car back.
Yeah, great. Trust me, it's a huge pain. It's a huge pain in the ass. And then eventually we did find the car and had to get a lawyer to go look at it, and it had been smashed up, and there was crap everywhere, and they didn't prosecute the guys that stole it. It was fun times.
boy.
Now, all right, let's go on to our next letter. Once again, we're speaking with Alli Breen, ALLIBREEN. You'll find Alli Breen on your favorite social media platform. What else have you got?
Dear Allie, my girlfriend and I just moved in together, and she has her best friend stay over all the time on the couch. I have to wake up for work earlier, and I have to tiptoe through the house to make breakfast and shower, and it's a real invasion of my space. I think she'd flip out if I did the same, but she acts like I should just deal with it. Is it worth fighting over?
I don't necessarily agree that I get that you're being very polite, but you do not have to alter your schedule for this guest.
Yeah,
at
I
all.
know.
You make noise, bang.
Yeah,
I mean,
bang.
I don't mean go
Just do
over
what
the
you
top that you would
normally do.
normally do, but just do what you normally do.
I was really hoping this letter would go a different direction.
Like a three-way?
Like a three-way, that's what I was.
Oh, that would be one direction. Not my scene. But, I was thinking there'd be some kind of, it turns out she's much more interesting than my girlfriend. And
Falling for the friend.
Yeah.
Start spending the night in the living room.
yeah, would
with
it be
her.
too much if I asked them to switch places?
Well, he could test the waters. He could take Josh's advice, but just do that, like walk through naked, do his normal routine, just walk around naked, start getting ready in and out of the shower.
No, that would.
Yeah, you're being a
Yeah, that
very
would
nice
get her to
person.
stop.
Yeah,
You're being a nice
overly
person, but a guest knows that they're
After a certain amount of time, they should realize that this is not.
Well, sure, but
some don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all experienced
No,
that.
you live your life. You got to go to work. That person gets to go back to sleep
Yeah.
for free.
At your house.
Yeah.
And play your video games.
Invading your space, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
By the way, Alli Breen is also on OnlyFans. ALLIB is where you find her. Alli, we had an interesting news story this morning. Christy was reading it about a lady that does some very specific weird. She talked about some of the weird stuff she does for serious money, including one guy paid, was it a couple $1,000 to have.
This is on OnlyFans, Alli.
To watch her measure her nose for 20 minutes.
20 minutes. What? Measuring her nose. Not even naked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Not even naked?
Nope. Not
And
naked.
she doesn't have an unusually large, what's it called, proboscis?
Yeah, no, she's just a pretty lady, and the guy just wanted to know the dimensions of her nose.
Very slowly.
She charges for her custom. She charges $700 to $2,500
Yeah.
For 5 minutes.
Wow. That is the amount of money you can make on that site is amazing. I was reading they're trying to sell it and they're having a hard time because of the, content, which is so weird to me now. They must make money hand over fist. I would think anyone would want to buy that. But
Maybe they're
I don't
concerned about, God knows, maybe there's pending legislation to make fun illegal. Now,
maybe, yeah, that's true. Pornhub's pulling out of everywhere. So maybe we're going super Puritan soon.
the last time we talked to you, we suggested, since you were painting your condo in Florida, we suggested that you get some giant pieces of paper and put paint on your body and roll over them. People were really interested in that. Have you had a chance to try it?
So I literally bought a bunch of white sheets because I was like, I'll just do this on sheets and come put them on canvases. But then I didn't have time to actually do the painting. So when I go back, probably in like a week and a half or 2 weeks, I'm all game. I'm going to do it.
All right.
Yeah.
You can hang it up in back of where you're doing your broadcast.
Exactly. You'll see the art change in my apartment drastically.
That's good. If you're just joining us, hey, hi, this is the Bob and Tom Show coming to you from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. The segment is called Sexy Time with Alli Breen, comedian, and Alli has more letters. Go ahead, Alli.
Dear Allie, I found condoms in my boyfriend's shaving kit, and when I asked him about it, he got mad at me for going through his bag. I was actually just trying to help out and put all of his stuff away after a business trip, and the fact that he got defensive and mad at me instead of answering my question looks pretty shady, am I right?
I wonder why he would have the condoms.
Maybe to cheat on her? Yeah.
I mean, here's the thing.
Maybe.
There's kind of only one reason. Let's say, look, there was a time where I had condoms in my shaving kit when I was on the road. If I then got a girlfriend and she said, hey, why are there condoms in your shaving kit? Oh, it was because I needed them. I don't need them now. I'll take them out. I wouldn't get mad.
Yeah, getting mad is a
Getting
weird
mad
response.
That is a weird response.
He's guilty.
But if you see how old those condoms are, then they should be kind of worn, right? The outside wrapper, because they've been in there for so long, maybe tousled versus like fresh.
Yeah, that's true.
Or
Yeah,
expired.
they look if they've been in there for a while, like they've been in there for a while.
Yeah.
Do they have a born-on date?
Yeah, I don't think they do. They do have the expiration.
That'd be kind of ironic, really.
Born on
Yeah, he's this guy's screwing around.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously.
He should just go, oh, you know what? There was a time I needed those. I don't anymore.
Yeah, that's the response.
That would have been the problem.
Of an honest
But
man.
I do.
No, there's no way. This guy's
Right. That's what we're suggesting.
Road mung.
His response suggests he's being
If
nefarious.
you get defensive or you start calling a girl crazy immediately, you've done something wrong.
I agree.
Yeah, that's the tell.
Yeah.
Let's get to our next letter. Once again, comedian Alli Breen is our guest. What do you got, Alli?
Dear Allie, my girl always asks advice on things, and I'm realizing that she's always just going to do what she was going to do anyways.
What you have there is a woman.
What you
We literally got in a fight about this last night.
And we always fight over why she bothered asking my advice at all. It's getting really frustrating. Do I need to just relax about this? Or I'm right? This is the worst behavior.
Yeah, you do have to relax about this. This is this is most women. And you eventually learn to go. You go, here's my advice, but honey, I want you to do what you're most comfortable with and what you think is best. Just always end it with some caveat of you don't have to take it.
Yeah, that's really good advice. I just said, I want a divorce. Which worked.
Last night, literally, this happened to me because I like to ask questions and overanalyze. And Donnie goes, why does it matter what I think? You're going to do whatever, like you're going to do the opposite of whatever I say. So just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I just want to talk it out and analyze my
That's
options.
what guys don't get. Yes, Jess is right. We just want to talk it out.
Right,
We don't actually want
right.
your advice.
No.
We want to hear
No.
you're on our side.
No, but Tom Alley's right. That's what women want. They
don't really want the feedback. They just want to be able to say, well, we did review it.
Exactly.
And
And they hope that you're going to say what we're going to do.
What
anyways,
guys
but-
want women to do is to say, hey, I'm not interested in what you think or your advice. Just sit there and be tortured while I talk for 5 minutes.
Is that so hard?
5 minutes.
This wasn't my idea, but I've heard it and I've used it and it works. And when they're like, hey, we need to talk about something, it's like, do you want me to listen or do you want me to offer advice?
I ask that too.
And if they're like, I just want you to listen, then you know that.
Gotcha.
Right.
They're just trying to work it out themselves.
See, that doesn't work for me because, as you know, I'm incapable of listening. So
And you're always giving advice.
exactly, without the proper input, so it's often not very good. So I think we've solved that one. That's a big victory for us. We have time for one more letter. Alli Breen is our guest. She's a very fine stand-up comedian in New York City, and she's also painting a condo in Florida. But right now she's in the city. And what have you got, Alli?
Dear Allie, I'm in love with a guy who I work with, and if I ask him to go to lunch or do something after work, he's usually game, but he never asks me to do anything first. We've talked a lot, and he told me he isn't dating anyone right now because he isn't over his ex. I think if I keep being pushy, we could get to a place where we could get together, but my friends are saying if I want someone to actually love me, I need to give them space and let them come to me. What do you guys think?
He's just not into you.
That's exactly right.
Yeah. Not into you, honey.
And now we're not saying that he may not. No, I'm not even going to say that.
He's letting her down easy.
Yes, he isn't as into you as you are him.
No, before Jessica says it, I'll say it. Kidnap him.
I was ready to say show up at his house.
I knew it. I knew it.
Like, look, I'm she thought about me. She's so thoughtful. She cares.
The worst thing you can do is to step on the gas here.
Yeah, he's saying I'm not into my ex. That
Ease
means-
off. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Back off.
Yes. No guy
It's true.
has ever no guy has ever been turned off by a girl playing it cool.
Yes.
So
Yeah, that's the chance she has. If she lets him think she's not interested, maybe he'll come along. But yeah, the pushiness is not going to go.
I can even give you advice, I'm sure we all could, on how to get this guy to maybe, if you, in earshot of him, talk with another girl about a date you had.
Yep.
And even if it's made up, just talk about how you know, hey, this guy was really funny, and I think we probably are going to see each other again.
Mm-hmm.
So
That would work.
That guy's going to do what the guy that you're interested in is going to do one of two things. And it'll tell you either way. He will either do nothing, which means he was never really into you, or he will ask you out
Mm-hmm.
in a half hour.
Yeah.
But if it's at work and like someone's a boss of the other person, that could be an issue as well. Like maybe he's like, I don't want to get involved with someone at work. You know what I mean?
But he would have said that.
Get him fired.
Get him fired. You really are playing the Alston.
You are becoming all
Yeah, I know. I've learned how she works here. I figured it out now. I'm gonna.
Yeah, just me to him.
It always works.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We're getting better at this.
Yes, just me to him. I love that. Alli Breen, are you working this weekend in the city, Alli?
I am. I'm at the Strip tonight, and I'm at Eastville this weekend in the city.
Very fun.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, good. It was always a great pleasure. You can reach Alli, ALLIBREEN, on your favorite social media platform. Thanks, Alli.
Bye, Allie.
Thanks, guys.
This portion of the Bob and Tom Show is brought to you by BetterHelp. The month of May was Mental Health Awareness Month, but mental health, of course, is important year-round. And I want to talk a little bit about what Jimmy Irsay talked about, which was kicking the stigma. And that is, it's important to get counseling, and there are times when we all need to talk to somebody. That's what therapy is all about. And BetterHelp is a way to access therapy in a much simpler manner. You don't have to go to a specific building and do this and do that. It involves doing the therapy online. More than 35,000 therapists are participating with the BetterHelp program. And you can find all the details by going to BetterHelp.com. And I'd recommend going to BetterHelp.com/BT show because that will knock 10% off the first month. Now, what I'm talking about is doing the therapy online so you can do it in the convenience of wherever you want to be at the time. So find out about it. Like I said, BetterHelp.com/BT show. Now, I said 35,000 plus therapists and millions of clients over the last decade have been working the BetterHelp program. So find out what it's all about. It's the largest online therapy provider in the world, and they provide access to mental health professionals, by the way, with a wide array of different fields of expertise. So talk it out with BetterHelp. Bob and Tom listeners get 10% off their first month by going to BetterHelp.com/BT show, and that's BetterHelp, HELP, BetterHelp.com/BT show. We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios, and this is the Bob and Tom Show.
A look at their car is perhaps the best way to introduce the uninitiated to WFBQ Radio's morning team, Bob and Tom. The pink and camouflage junker features 3 hood ornaments, a bowling trophy, the hind quarter of a horse, and a jar of tartar sauce that will have to be explained elsewhere.
295 Night Ranger when you close your eyes. It's 8:42. You're with Bob and Tom on a 2 for Tuesday.
Good morning.
Howdy.
Great.
Holmes.
Sherlock. Let's play word association.
Okay.
Howdy.
Holmes.
Sherlock.
Holmes.
John C. With Bob and Tom.
Holmes.
The human tripod.
I see.
Okay, I'm sorry, Bob.
That's all right.
From 6 a.m. and for the next 4 hours, Bob Kavoyan and Tom Griswold fill the airwaves with jokes and pranks that range from silly to hilarious and from bawdy to sick.
Why is sex like air?
Why is sex like air? I give up, Bob.
Because it's no big thing unless you're not getting any.
They deliver a National Lampoon sort of humor that leaves the audience laughing while wondering how Q95 can broadcast some of the things they say.
Half the joke is in your mind. The joke isn't stated outright. The person has to put something into it to get something out of it.
Yeah, they're fun, and
people like them.
People enjoy them.
They laugh at them. And there's an alternative. You can always change the channel.
But people aren't. After 2 years on the air, Bob and Tom have taken Q95's morning show to the top of the volatile morning FM ratings. WFBQ is the third radio station the zany team has worked for. After 6 years together, they've got the routine down pat. Bob runs the audio control board, plays straight man, and provides the program's famous laugh.
Amateur phylactics. Amazing concept, I think, and I think it's going to.
Tom sits on a mound of notes and papers to provide the program's often quoted jokes and many of its voices.
Oh, hello, Mohandas.
Hello, Bob.
How are you?
Oh, I am fine today. Hello, Tom. Hi, Mohandas. You look very good today. Thank you so much, Mohandas.
Much of their banter is off the cuff, with an occasionally rehearsed punchline off mic during a song.
Only if it makes you late for the ceremony.
She's controversial. She's provocative. She's the famous sex therapist, Dr. Ruth Weisboner. Good morning, Dr. Ruth. Good morning, Tom. Good morning, Bob.
Good morning, Dr. Ruth.
Their regular spoof on Dr. Ruth Westheimer features some of their more risque humor.
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married?
Is it wrong to have sex before you're married? Well, no, as long as you're not late for the wedding.
Bob and Tom's task of filling 20 hours of airtime every week is made easier by several regular characters phoned in by people around town. Nightclub owner Sonny is a favorite.
Great approach. How are things going out at the track? I know you're running the mystery flesh tent this year.
Everything is going just fine, Val. I bred that baby up, throw it in some shortening, and serve it up. It's the mystery flesh tent, Val.
That's located, of course, in Turn 1.
It's right there in Turn 1 where people seem to be the most hungry and the least discriminating.
Other characters are voiced by regular visitors to the studio.
Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Tiger Don Bardo. Good morning, Bob. Good morning, Tom.
Good morning, Your Highness.
Q95 midday personality Jay Baker voices the spoof on Richard Nixon.
Now, do you remember Ronald Reagan visiting the German cemetery over the weekend?
Oh, that's right, yes.
The media referred to it as the Nazi cemetery. You know, I was the one that put him up to that.
I see.
I said, babes, this is going to be so beautiful for your career. Trust me on this one. I told him, I said, when I was a young boy, I heard the phrase, the only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. I said, Ronnie, you can't miss a whole field full of dead Nazis. You slide over there, you put the wreath down, the wreath, and you're cruising.
Bob and Tom say they get very few complaints from listeners as they poke fun at every special interest group imaginable, and station management has left them unrestrained on the limits of their humor. After 2 years, the result has been high ratings, a devoted following, and 2 happily transplanted Hoosiers who say they just might stay to grow old and gray on Q95.
Could be. It's very possible. In fact, it's already started.
Bob's getting gray.
Yeah. Tom's getting old. Yeah.
This is Greg Todd, Channel 6 News.
Oh, I feel so much better now. You know, Bob. Yes. I don't want to say that most of the women that you go out with have questionable morals or anything, but last night.
The reviews are in, and America can't get enough of Chick McGee's Silac commercial. Fanatical fans everywhere are even watching it in reverse. You know, this actually kind of makes sense. Truth is, you won't be finding any retirement checks in your mailbox until you first go back into your house and log on to SilacINS.com. At the Silac website, you'll even find a special link just for Bob and Tom listeners. Hey, hold on now. This part shouldn't be going backwards. There we are. It's SilacINS.com. Don't go backwards in retirement. Look forward to your retirement. Look into an annuity from Silac Insurance.
This is my winter fat guy outfit.
Which, by the way, is strikingly similar to my summer fed. This is all, by the way, from my I Don't Care Anymore collection. You know how it is, you get older, you don't care. I mean, I've been wearing the same pair of shorts since Thanksgiving, and I went to put on a pair of pants, and I probably should have got out of the shorts once every 3 days to make sure I wasn't gaining weight. So they are now, I got a pair of pants. Here's a crazy thing. I got a pair of pants that I love. I found a pair of fat pants at Goodwill that I love. And I'm thinking to myself, if I had a pair of these, I would have worn these every day. And then I come home and my wife goes, "Hey, where'd you get those pants? I thought I took them to Goodwill." I'm like, "Why did you take these to Goodwill? I bought them again." She goes, "Because you never wore them."
Coming up.
Hey there, Bob and Tom Show here, live from the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. Having a great day with Christy Lee, Pat Godwin, Jessica Alsman, Jeff Oskey, Ace Cosby. I'm Josh Arnold, and there's Tom Griswold.
Thank you very much. Just handed this letter.
Oh, a late correspondence?
One of the answers on Jeopardy last night was the blue booby.
Oh, a bird?
Oh, that
The
is a
famous bird, the blue booby. I wonder if they'll do the other one. What was the other one? The blue mouse or something?
Titmouse?
The titmouse is certainly a bird. We had one, though, that was like...
Yeah, a little different.
The tufted titmouse is the one that's around here all the time.
You mean the actual bird?
Uh-huh. Yeah, you have them in your yard. I guarantee it. Birds are becoming my thing, so don't go.
When did this bird thing hit?
When I moved to the woods, and that's what we got, birds.
It's wonderful. You can literally, on that Merlin app, play their calls and songs back to them, and they'll answer back and kind of come towards you as well.
What?
Heck yeah.
Have you seen the movie, was it The Big Year?
No, and I want to.
It's a fun movie.
Yeah.
Very gentle.
Steve Martin.
Yeah.
It's about birders. You might like it. Now, let's move forward here. What else have you got in the news over there at the Silac Insurance News Desk?
A man in Alaska survived being pinned face down in a glacier creek for 3 hours.
This sounds terrible.
By a 700-pound boulder.
Oh, gee.
Kel Morris was hiking south of Anchorage when the rock fell. His wife held his head above water until rescuers arrived.
Wow.
A nearby sled dog company flew in help by helicopter. It took 7 rescuers and inflatable bags to free him. Mr. Morris walked away with minor injuries.
But the helicopter dogs.
The helicopter dogs?
Well, it was a sled dog company that flew in a helicopter. Those poor dogs just dangling.
Well, did you see his interview when they freed him? He said he will no longer take his life for granted.
Oh.
Big rock on him.
I'm trying to think, isn't the movie Sometimes a Great Notion where the guy's pinned down and the river starts rising?
Oh, geez, I have not seen the movie.
I don't want to see that.
Yeah,
It'd be nightmares.
Was it a log?
Yeah, very scary. Yeah, this is a real freak accident, but it's amazing that the guy gets out.
Yeah, thank goodness. Wow. What if he'd been alone? I mean, he'd be dead.
Yeah.
He would be dead. Yeah. He'd have drowned.
Boy.
How did it happen? Big old boulder just fell on him?
He slipped, and it's in an area where the boulders fall all the time. And
Avalanche?
Lucky his wife was okay with it at the time.
Stay at home.
That's it.
Teach you a lesson. Stay at home, kids.
You going to let my sister stay with us next month?
She can sleep in your room.
Are you familiar with a YouTuber by the name of Mr. Beast?
Yeah.
Okay.
This guy's crazy famous and rich.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's in trouble.
I don't know what he does, but
He gives away huge amounts of money, and he has 1 billion followers or something.
I'm not familiar with Mr. Beast, but I'm not a
He's
YouTuber.
huge.
Yeah.
Mexican authorities are seeking compensation from Mr. Beast after he used the Mayan pyramids to promote his candy. The video I explored 2,000-year-old ancient temples. Shows the influencer, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, for those of you who want to know, exploring ancient Mayan cities with his team. In one part of the video, the 27-year-old advertises a chocolate product as a Mayan dessert and urges viewers to buy it. Mexican officials said while they had granted Mr. Beast permission to film at the sites, they had not permitted for-profit use.
Screw you, Mexico.
Mexico's Culture Secretary Claudia Crurel said authorities are weighing legal action. Mr. Beast's team says the extensive post-production editing took place in the video and that no actual artifacts were handled or harmed.
What?
His YouTube video was for profit.
Now, that would be my argument.
Right, the
He's
whole
going to
thing
make
is on that view.
He'll probably make $3 to $5 million just on the video without the advertisement
Right.
in it.
Yeah, this guy makes so much money. I'm sure that the people who own the Egyptian pyramids would let him paint the side of it with his logo for a year. Here's the story of this guy. As you mentioned, his name is Jimmy Donaldson. He's described here as an American YouTuber, entrepreneur, and philanthropist from Wichita, Kansas, raised in Greenville, North Carolina. He began using YouTube at the age of 13.
Yeah.
What were his first videos about?
His first videos were him making fun of other content creators' content type thing. But then a couple years in, as he got older, he started making his own videos. Now he will spend $1 million, $2 million on each video because he knows he'll make 10 to 12 million.
He has 396 million subscribers.
Does he have what's the angle here? What does he do?
His brilliance was he now has all of his videos dubbed into Spanish, German, Japanese, and so he quadruples all of his. The guy who does the voice of Spider-Man on the Spanish stuff is his voice. So a lot of Spanish people thought Mr. Beast was the dude who played Spider-Man in the. But his videos are basically the last person to stop, like old radio train. Last person to take their hand off the car wins the Lamborghini, or little stuff like that, or you win
Little
cash.
games. All right.
It's super innocent. Me and my son watch every video he
Does he
makes.
seem like a?
He seems like a decent dude.
And he gives away.
He gives away a ton
boatloads of money.
He's like 27?
Yeah.
That's fun.
He'll plant like 1 million trees, or he'll go. One of his things, he got sight for like 1,000 people. He paid for their surgery.
Holy cow!
So that these kids.
So he's
can
really
see.
giving it back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, cool.
So, this seems like a weird play for money by the Mayan authorities because there are pyramids in the background.
Right.
Hey, how'd their culture do? Oh, they're done? Okay,
I mean,
sorry.
if I were him, I'd just make like a $2 million donation to their foundation.
That's probably all they
keep it easy.
Well,
yeah, that'll shut them up.
Yeah.
$2 million, only $1 million to really get to the foundation. Somebody needs a new car. Well, thank you very much. Anything else going on over there, Christy, or do we have to wrap things up? Oh, we got to get going here.
Okay.
We are in the O'Reilly Auto Parts Studios. This is the Bob and Tom Show.